The following is a special presentation of the National Lacrosse League.
Still seeking the elusive first win in team history, the New York Riptide host the Philadelphia Wings tonight from Long Island, next on BR Live. Happy New Year from Long Island, where it's the New York Riptide's second home game in the expansion season. Week 6 of the NLL slate rolls on from NYCB Live, home of the Nassau Veterans Memorial Coliseum, where it's the first of 3 meetings between the Philadelphia Wings and the New York Riptide. Welcome to Nassau Coliseum with former NLL champion Mitch Belisle. I'm Dave Leno. Danny Wexelman will join us shortly. It's the first East Division game for the New York Riptide, and Mitch, it's Philly versus New York. It's the reincarnation of one of the best rivalries in box lacrosse history.
Yeah, you gotta love these close rivalries with the old New York Saints, now the New York Riptide, the old Philadelphia Wings, now the new Philadelphia Wings. It's going to be a great matchup against two teams that have a lot of common history and some common players too.
We've seen some great goals this year by New York in the expansion season on the outside, but the coaching staff is challenging this team to get closer range towards the crease of Higgins' cage tonight.
Yeah, if they want to be successful, they're going to have to get to those dirty areas right in the middle. And those outside shots, while they work every now and then, it's much more difficult to have more success throughout the time. So in these highlights, you can see they do a nice job of sharing the ball and setting some seals, but these outside shots, they only go so far. The problem with them is you don't do a great job of making the defense move. The defense can pack it in, and when you have a hot goaltender, that becomes much more difficult to have consistent success against that. So you can see all of these are successful, but this is a majority of their goals. So they need to get to the middle if they want more goals on this highlight reel.
The Riptide are coming off of a loss to the Saskatchewan Rush. They only had 4 goals in that game, so this team needs to be more active at the start of the game. Let's begin with Tyler Digby. He's tied with a team-high 6 goals, great in pick-and-roll situations and 2v1s.
Yeah, you mentioned he's the team leader in goals, but at the same time, Coach Reggie Thorpe talked about challenging him to be even better. He's going to be really responsible for setting those big picks, opening up that right side, but then also scoring more goals on his own.
Speaking of guys who are quick 1v1, Connor Kelly, very active on offense. He leads the team with 13 points.
Yeah, he's probably the biggest beneficiary of some of those picks that Digby sets. He's able to push the defense down, allows Connor Kelly to come over the top, get a good look at the goalie, and then let it fly. He needs to keep doing that, but also he needs to find a way to score in some different situations tonight as well.
And a footnote tonight, the pride of Johns Hopkins, Jake Fox will make his New York Riptide debut, the 19th overall pick in the draft. In what areas will he help add a boost in the offense?
He's another big body. Like Digby, he can create space on that right side for Gibson, and also he can create space for Kelly, and drawing all that attention to the right side will open up things on the left for them as well.
And with more, we go downstairs for the first time and say hello to Danny Wexelman.
Guys, I talked to Dan Lomas last night at practice, and he said when it comes to outside goals, it's all situational. Against Saskatchewan, there were big men up the middle. There was superb goaltending. So he felt more comfortable taking shots from the outside. He told me he's actually best without the ball. When he carries it, he thinks way too much. So tonight, he said, expect him to do his famous pick and roll. He's very good at that. We saw him do that a lot. And as well as finding more opportunities for his guys, rolling into the middle, and as Dan said, finding the soft spot. Dave?
Thank you very much, Danny. Now, speaking of the Philadelphia Wings, this is Game 3, very different for the New York Riptide because it's Game 5 for the expansion side, New York side. Now, for this Philadelphia team, they're coming off a great victory against Calgary, the defending champions. What have you made of the strides that Paul Day's team is making from year 1 to year 2 in Philly?
Yeah, in year 1, while they lost 14 games, 8 of those were by 1 goal or less. So they tried to revamp the defense a little bit and add some offensive weapons, and they've started to find their rhythm and groove, and they won their first 1-goal game this year against Calgary. So those are the kind of games they want to be winning, are those close 1-goal games. They did a nice job in Calgary, and they're probably going to have to be in another dogfight tonight.
And here's the big presence to keep an eye out for on the Wings. In his second stint with Philadelphia, Kevin Crowley, 6'4", 200 pounds, also plays with New York, playing for the Lizards in the MLL and Stony Brook. So a bit of a homecoming of sorts for Crowley in this one.
Yeah, midfielder of the year when he was at Stony Brook. It's got to be great for him to be back on Long Island.
We're getting set for New York and Philadelphia, the second ever home game in New York Riptide history. The fans are fired up. Well, the face-off, Wings and Riptide on BR Live, is next. We're back at Nassau Coliseum. Dave Leno, Mitch Belisle, Danny Wexelman, our entire crew. The players are about to get introduced here as the Philadelphia Wings meet the New York Riptide for the first of 3 meetings. It's one of 2 games tonight on the NLL docket, and following this one, the Colorado Mammoth will be in action as well against the Vancouver Warriors. That is the NLL game of the week at 9:30 Eastern, and here come the Philadelphia Wings. Wings coming in at 1-1 this year. They open up with a 12-6 loss at Georgia. They followed that up nicely with an 8-7 win at Calgary. Matt Rambo with the game-winning goal with 1.8 seconds left in that one. New York Riptide on the flip side come in at 0-4, looking for the franchise's first win in team history. Now we'll go downstairs to the national anthem.
Early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Beautiful rendition of our national anthem. Now, Mitch, time for your keys to tonight's game.
Yeah, tonight it's going to be very important that the Riptide do a nice job of holding the Wings early. They've gotten down in games, and it's been tough to claw back, especially with their offense not being as productive as they'd like it to be. On the Wings side of things, they've scored 6 goals. They've scored 8 goals. They want to hit that magic number of 10. If they can score 10 goals, they're going to feel good about their offensive output for tonight.
Yeah, the Wings have only scored 6 goals in the first game against Georgia, 8 in the second game. Again, a game winner by Matt Rambo in that one. So a much different team from Paul Day's team from year 1 to year 2. On the flip side, we've seen some great second-half performances by New York, but how did they get off to a great start tonight? Yeah,
their best performances in the second half have been from their defense. They need the offense to start producing often and early. So it'll be very important to make sure that everyone's touching the ball, they're creating that space in the middle, and they're getting good looks early so that way Zach Higgins can't get comfortable in the net.
He turned 30 on Monday and is in his first season with the Wings. He was solid between the pipes last week at Calgary, only allowing 7 goals. He spent the prior 2 seasons with Buffalo and has represented Israel in the World Games.
I played with Zach Higgins on the Georgia Swarm, and great goaltender. They're definitely happy to have him.
Let's go downstairs to Danny Wexelman. Danny.
Jake, you said that New York-Philadelphia was going to be a hell of a rivalry. How are you going to help set the tone for that in your debut tonight?
I think it's just being aggressive, kind of going at them, and just doing the job I'm in the lineup to do, which is just bang bodies.
I know this is a big deal tonight for you. What does it mean to represent your hometown?
Well, it means everything. You know, there's 3 Ottawa kids on the floor today, and we're not exactly a lacrosse hotbed, so we're really excited about it.
Jake, thank you.
Thanks, Danny.
Dave?
Thank you very much, Danny. We'll keep an eye on Jake Fox tonight in his debut for the New York Riptide. It's Whittle and Baptiste for the face-off draw to begin play. Retrieve is Mark Gardonia. And the draw is won by New York. Baptiste, one of the best face-off guys in the league.
And this is where the Riptide need to win that ground ball battle. Baptiste had the clamp there, but Riptide did a nice job of swarming to the ball, and they had it. Unfortunately, they turned it over before they were able to secure possession.
It is game 3 for the Philadelphia Wings. As mentioned, coming off that victory against the defending champs Calgary. And now they have their first offense possession here on that right-hand side. It's Buchanan dodging two, and he scores right off the bat! Kevin Buchanan with his first goal this year, 1-0 Wings.
And I talked to Kevin Buchanan before the game. He said this may be his last year. He's a Baltimore guy, has been playing in the league for a long time. Didn't think he was going to play this year, but you see he's still such an effective scorer. Just a little bit of a hesitation there. There's a miscommunication on defense. You can see John Rannigan, another Riptide defender, just miscommunicated who was going to switch to that underneath, and that's one of the two places you don't want to let players go, is underneath for that dive across or over the middle. So definitely something that Reggie Thorpe talked about, is he got to do a better job of communicating, and that's one they'll talk about on the bench to try to shore up.
And Mitch, that goal was scored 33 seconds into play. This is something that Reggie Thorpe and his coaching staff want to see go the opposite way. His team has been big holes recently. The most recent game against the Rush, you go all the way to that New England game. Yes, they were up 2-0, but then they allowed 11 straight goals. They can ill afford that tonight.
Yeah, the key here is they need their offense to answer, and that's a big part. Is even if you play poorly defensively, if you can play well offensively, that's going to be a key. So here's the first opportunity here for their offense to get a look.
Gibson setting the pick there for Kelly on the right-hand side. It's Chetner this time, working with Thorpe. Now fires it over to the left. Good stick check there by Philadelphia. And the overhead shot, and then Higgins had it for the first save for the Wings.
And Chetner, for the first few games of this season, had been coming out the back door almost as a defenseman and then transitioning the ball into offense. This game, he'll be coming out the O door, playing a lot more offense on that left side.
Especially when it's even strength. How do you want to see this New York team bolster itself when it's 5-on-5?
This is where, against Saskatoon in the second half, they had so much success by being aggressive, exploding out over those picks, and putting a lot of pressure on the ball carrier.
It was behind the back shot that went wide from Brett Hickey. So the second possession here for the New York Riptide. Dan McCray, congratulations to him. A milestone night, his 150th game in his NLL career. On the right-hand side, it's Dan Lomas with a bouncing shot that's just wide of that back pipe, and he gets the loose ball. Gets the screen from Kelly, that cross-forward pass to the left side, and the overhand shot there is knocked away by Higgins.
Nice body check there by Trevor Baptiste, throwing his weight around a little bit.
First time Jake Fox got into action as well, and Pace and company will make the change for Paul Day's team. Paul Day also coached Reggie Thorpe when they were both part of the Rochester Nighthawks. So those successful runs, and there's a turnover, advantageous here for New York. Running down the length of the floor is Mike Manley, the Duke product, spinning away at a 360. Manley is denied there by Buchanan, the goal scorer.
Yeah, and this is where, in that situation, I think if I'm Mike Manley, I'm pulling that one out. Your offense has gotten 2 or 3 good opportunities to get the ball, everyone get a touch. Let them have another shot at scoring a goal in one of those looks.
Crowley was searching inside for Brett Hickey. 15 on the shot clock here for Philadelphia. Crowley to the back end. That backhand pass was looking inside there for Vitarelli, who has 2 goals this year. He has scored in both of the Philadelphia games.
Some fancy stick work there, and watch for a little transition here. They have 2 late subs coming off on the Philadelphia side, so for a second, the Riptide had a man advantage. It looks like Scott Johnson will just sub off. I thought maybe he'd play a little offense.
Here's Thorpe on the right-hand side with the seam and fires it wide. Digby collects the loose change. And now on the left-hand side for the New York Riptide. Good spin move inside, and the shot is in! Who else? It's Jake Fox! In his debut for the New York Riptide.
Welcome
it's
to the
1-1.
league. Welcome to the league. Jake Fox uses that big frame, all 6'3", 245 pounds, to bowl his way to the net, and what a slick inside finish here. You'll see he uses his body, just tiptoes the crease, brings it back over Zach Higgins' outstretched hand, and does a nice job of tucking that away. What a way to start that career. Looks like his toe couldn't have been closer to the line, but didn't go in.
The 19th overall pick in this year's draft. He played at Johns Hopkins. He comes from Ottawa. Mitch, you and I were discussing this along with our crew. For a guy that comes from Ottawa, not known for much box lacrosse, even though it is north of the border.
Yeah, Ottawa, the capital city of Canada, it is one of those places that's starting to grow, and a lot of credit to Callum Fox and actually Jake Fox's father, who founded a program down there that's brought a lot of these great players out of Ottawa, and Jake Fox has shown why he did it so well, and he got some of those lessons from Callum Crawford. One of the things he just did out there, when he rolled, he extended his arm downfield.
Oh, get a shot there, and that's denied there by Bouquet on Courier.
In field, they're a little bit closer to call that as a ward, but in box, you can get away with it. You see Callum Crawford do things like that, one of the mentors of Jake Fox, so it's funny seeing him utilize those same moves to get the advantage for himself.
Former Ottawa Player of the Year. It goes into the netting, and the possession will be retained by the New York Riptide.
Wings are complaining, they're saying they didn't touch it, so in this, just much like basketball, if it goes off the opposing team, it comes back to you.
A fresh 30 on the shot clock here for the Riptide, coming in at 0-4, game number 5 of the season. Coming off an 11-4 loss to the Rush. That cross-court pass was intended for Digby.
And Digby's he drew a penalty there because he was working to get to the middle. He set a seal, he rolled, and one of the Wings players held his stick as he did that. That's getting to the middle. Sometimes you don't get there, but you draw things like penalties, and now they have a 6-on-5 advantage as they pull their goal.
That's right, the cage is open, and the shot is in again! It's Tyler Digby! And for the first time at home, New York has the lead. It's 2-1 Riptide.
Digby working hard and getting rewarded at the end of that hard work. And where did he score from, Dave? Dead center of the floor, right? We talked about getting to the middle. He did a nice job of, again, using his body. He pushes off there, just a little bit of a push, catches it, and finds that top left corner. That's the second time they've scored in that spot against Zach Higgins. Maybe something they looked at on the scouting report. They said they watched a lot of film on Higgins this week.
2 goals scored in 1:16, and for Digby, it's goal number 7, which does lead the team. How about the movement off the ball by Tyler in that situation, Mitch?
Yeah, we talked about he has to work really hard, and a lot of times you don't get the credit for those. That's in a situation where he was working really hard on the inside. They reward him with a nice pass, and he does a good job of putting it away.
Here's Matisse. He's the team captain with 1 goal and 4 assists for Philadelphia. Crowley looked inside there for Brett Hickey, and a foot's in the crease, and the possession will belong to the New York Riptide. As a look at Paul Day in his second season with the Philadelphia Wings. He's done a great job going from year 1 to year 2, taking a team that has a lot of history that won 6 championships from '89 to 01. On the right-hand side, it's Thorpe. Dane Company did a great job picking up a slew of players in the expansion draft last year. Patton enters the game, one of his first moments out there on the floor defensively for the Wings. And a quick transition here for Philadelphia and White. The good spin move by Matisse, the captain. The crease dive inside, and a foot's in the crease, and it's negated, which will take us to our first timeout. With 9:33 to go in the first, it is the first lead at home for the New York Riptide. And Tyler Digby has been so productive on offense, uses his physicality here on a great feed by Lomas. Digby with his 7th goal this year, 2-1 Riptide. 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com to see how much you could save. Welcome back to Nassau Coliseum. Dave Leno, Mitch Belisle, and our entire crew on hand for this one as the Philadelphia Wings square off against the New York Riptide. It's game 5 of the season for the New York Riptide, who, Mitch, they've gotten off to a great start. Now, let's go back to the last shot before the break by Kyle Matisse. The referees did say that a foot was in the crease. What say you, Mitch?
Yeah, this isn't a technical glitch. They're reviewing to determine if Kyle Matisse stepped in the crease. Coach Day threw the flag, so they're actually reviewing it, and they're checking here. It looks like, to my angle, when we first saw that, I thought it looked like a good goal. This is classic Kyle Matisse. I played with him in Georgia. He does such a nice job of getting those big feet up and out, although the ref did have his eyes right on the crease, and you know what? He made the right call. We can see in that replay that big size 16-foot, the Matisse shoe that he wears was right on the white, so they're going to bring that one back, and you see the Riptide already have their offense ready to go, knowing that they have the right call here.
The crew chief tonight is Mark Ardonia. He's taking a look at this with the replay operator. It looks like a foot will be in the crease, and that goal will stand on the floor. It's a big game tonight for both of these teams because it is a East Division matchup as we take another look at it. New England's off to a hot start at 3-0 this year. Georgia at 2-1. Philly is just behind the Swarm. New York currently in last place in the East, and there's that foot, Mitch, we see right on the line.
Yeah, and we talked about this with the Buchanan goal and even with Jake Fox's goal. You can't let players get underneath you. In box lacrosse, you don't have that slide help like you do in field. So if you get beat underneath, they have that opportunity to dive across the crease. It's really difficult for a goalie to get across. But in this situation, we see that Wagner does a nice job of giving him just a little bit of a push so his foot goes in the crease and gets him off balance. And I'm surprised this is taking that long. I thought it was pretty clear, especially from this angle. And again, because the call on the floor was no goal, you got to imagine that they really need a lot to overturn. It has to be clearly out, and I would say that's not clearly out.
And you know, Paul Day is telling his Philadelphia Wings, just like New York, to get in close range of Bouquet. Let's get the call from
The call on the floor stands. We have no goal.
All right, so we'll stand at 2-1. The New York Riptide still with the lead as Matisse does not get on the board for the Philadelphia Wings. For the Wings, the guys to keep an eye out for, we documented this from the outset. Kevin Crowley has 5 goals, 6 assists this year. Blaze Reardon is another guy, Mitch, who comes to mind. He hasn't scored this year. He's a guy that played it all, but he is a goaltender on the outdoor game, also at the PLL, as Higgins makes the stop there, but playing out on the floor as an outfield player.
Yeah, a few years ago, Blaze Reardon broke my heart when he ran down full field as a goalie and scored against my Big Red in the playoffs. But pretty amazing to see his transition from the outdoor to the indoor game. He has such a knack for finding his way to the net, and Coach Thorpe got an opportunity to coach him on the U.S. national team.
Crowley fed it to the right-hand side. A good spin move there by Rambo. But the defensive effort successful by Wagner and company. We may get a call, and a slashing call coming up, Mitch, against the New York Riptide.
Yeah, and that was an excellent job of Andrew Suter staying with the play as that Wings player rolled underneath. Got a little bit of a trail check there.
New York number 14, a 2-minute minor, slashing.
Looks like that might have been a little extracurricular after the whistle or after the shot was taken. So Tyson Bomberry will hit to the box. You see, that's a great job of that trail check, and Bomberry comes over with a little push, and then I think he follows it up with a little whack as he's running off the camera cutoff right before he whacked him.
So last game, the Wings were 2 for 4 on the power play at Calgary. Crowley's out there, searching inside for Vitarelli. And here's the shorthanded New York Riptide now, and a seam right down the middle of the floor, but it's pulled up by Manley.
Yeah, nice job by Andrew Suter there, knocking down that pass. That was something that was happening to them a lot against Saskatchewan, is passes were getting knocked down through the middle, so it's great to see them doing it against an opponent tonight.
On the penalty kill, here are the New York Riptide with Shetner. Thorpe setting the screens inside along with Digby. It's Shetner over the top. It's steered aside by Higgins. Thorpe has the loose ball towards the corner. It's dislodged there by Patton nicely, and Digby regains possession with 25 seconds on the shot clock.
And that's huge. They got a reset. That lets him kill a full minute of penalty there. So being able to not only take a quality shot, but have the rebound come back, and great work by Thorpe getting the rebound and then getting that over to Digby. That's how you can kill penalties with your offense.
We see Philadelphia defensively, man-to-man here. Kelly spinning away, the shot knocked down again. Wagner, it was Ryan that time. There's a Ryan Wagner for the Wings. For the New York Riptide, it's John Wagner out of Marquette.
Talking about champions, with Rambo being a champion in the PLL and the MLL. Wagner won a championship. The New York Wagner won a championship with the Bayhawks and the MLL, so a lot of champions out on the floor right now.
Here's Crowley with 20 seconds left on the power play, and it's Bouquet again. Another stop to his left on Vitarelli. 15 seconds to go on the man advantage for Philadelphia. On the man up, it's Crowley behind the back, and again the shot is knocked down by Bouquet on Brett Hickey. Foot is in the crease, so it will belong to the New York Riptide.
Big save there by Bouquet. Wings 2-8 right now on the power play coming into this game, so that's you want to be above 50 to 60% of the power play. So they're one of the worst power play teams right now. So it's good for the Riptide to build that confidence against a team like this that maybe hasn't been as effective.
Power play is over. Bomberry out of the box and back into the bench for Reggie Thorpe's team. Kelly inside, lost it, cradles it back. Kelly with a low angle shot, and Higgins wasn't full there.
Jake Fox was working really hard. He was wide open for a second. Kelly wanted to give it to him, but it was a little bit too late and tried to pull that back. I think if Kelly had just walked that in, he had a nice shot for himself as well there.
Bouquet with 2 saves on that man advantage for Philadelphia. And it's Crowley again, that cross-floor pass on the opposite side now. Centrally, here is Philadelphia and Reardon. Buchanan A lone goal scorer for the Wings tonight. On the back door, the duck opportunity denied again by Bouquet. The foot was in the crease. How about the work by Alex Bouquet on the penalty kill?
Yeah, big saves on either end. A nice job of standing tall, making a huge save there, making sure that doesn't sneak through his legs. And then a good job by Zach Higgins of standing tall here.
Reggie Thorpe wanted to see a better start from Alex Bouquet, and he's getting it. Lomas on the right-hand side. The screen by Chetner. The over-the-top shot is wide of that back cage. There's Deeping looking for a second, and a kick save and a beauty by Higgins.
That's one of those where it looks like you drew it up. You shoot wide, and it goes right to your teammate. That was perfect.
It's Matisse looking to get on the board, and he can't go 5-hole, and Bouquet has another stop. How about Alex Bouquet's start tonight? Totally different from the Rush game.
Yeah, he needed to come out with that confidence. I think the end of the Rush game allowed him to build and understand.
And Gale Thorpe powers it home past Higgins. It's 3-1 Riptide.
Nice job here by Gale Thorpe. Recognizes his defenseman's hanging off of him a little bit. Wouldn't call it a no-look shot, but it definitely gets that off quick, and I don't know if Higgins was expecting him to shoot there. Great job by Gale Thorpe. That has been his sweet spot this year. That low left corner, just taking the step to the inside, has really been effective for him, and his dad's got to be proud of him for that one.
That's the coach's son, Gale, played at Syracuse, then transferred to Ohio State. He's a guy, Mitch, 2 goals, 3 assists against the Black Wolves in that lopsided 21-11 contest. Last game didn't have any points registered. Good to see Gale get back on the board for New York, and they lead by 2 goals. Again, they had a 2-goal advantage against New England, and then 11 straight by Glenn Clark's team. That cross-court pass on the opposite side, kept alive by Maley, then the stick check successful by Philadelphia. And a good hard hit by Lomas on this near side. Scooped up by Burns again, dislodged momentarily, and then Matisse, the captain.
William Burns out of West Islip, New York. I talked to him before the game. He's got about 25 friends and family here, so he's got to be excited to be back on the island playing in front of his closest loved ones.
And over the top shot is through by Matt Rambo. It's goal number 4 of the season. He was the hero last game for the Wings, and they get one back. It's 3-2 New York.
Dave, they're executing a little 3-man cycle where they set a down pick and they come over it, and then they set a second down pick, and they keep getting a nice look over the top. New York is going to have to work really hard to fire over, and it's primarily the left side that I've seen them do that. But it's almost like a double down pick, and that gives that third player, which whoever's on the bottom, it ended up being Matt Rambo, the opportunity to come around and get that secondary look. And that was a nice job of Matt Rambo finding the back far left corner as Bouquet can't get over to that ball.
Mitch, in our conversations with New York Riptide head coach Reggie Thorpe, he says that the right side is getting most of the looks, but you got to keep an eye on Matt Rambo as well, because he navigates so much from the right or also on the left-hand side. He spreads the floor beautifully.
Yeah, and in this indoor game as opposed to the outdoor game, most guys stay on their half of the field. Being able to be a little bit more versatile and maybe take a few steps more to the middle or even across the line, that can be really beneficial to give you a little bit more of a different look. Another guy who comes to mind is Cody Jamieson. He keeps that in his strong hand, but he can almost score from that left side of the floor, which is rare.
Rambo in his second year with the Wings had 26 goals in his rookie season last year. 1 all in Baptiste for the face-off draw, and the possession will belong to the Philadelphia Wings. But first, we do have a timeout. With 4:29 to go in the first stanza, New York has the 3-2 advantage over the Philadelphia Wings. You're watching the National Lacrosse League on BR Live. In the midst of the first quarter, the New York Riptide lead Philadelphia 3-2. Downstairs, Danny Wetzelman with head coach Reggie Thorpe of New York. Danny.
Coach, I saw you just grab Alex Bouquet right there. What'd you say to him?
Just to keep up the good work. He's working hard back there. D's working hard there. A couple shots at foul, but we got to tighten things up all over.
Yesterday you said practice was the most energetic that you've seen it. We saw Jake Fox score the early equalizer in his debut. Digby gets the go-ahead, your first lead of the season, and then Gale scores again. How are you seeing the energy translate to the game?
Guys just desperate. I mean, we're 0-4. You know, we're a young team. We're just going to keep mucking along.
Coach, thanks.
Thank you.
Dave.
Thank you very much, Danny. And yes, Reggie Thorpe has to be very encouraged of the start for the New York Riptide. He won 2 titles with Rochester in '95 and 2007. and a bit of a rivalry game for Reggie. As stated, he played for Paul Day, who's the head coach of Philadelphia.
Yeah, a little matching of the minds here, trying to outsmart your old coach.
Rambo inside, looking for Hickey, that over-the-top shot, and Breck Hickey levels the score at 3.
I thought New York did a great job of playing the on-ball with Rambo on the left side. Great work to the wings of kicking the ball back up top. They suck the whole defense in, and then Hickey's able to step over the top. He is a great scorer and able to get his hands free. He's had up and down years with injuries, has been a huge piece of a couple different offenses, but it's great to see him get back on the board here and healthy playing. Back in 17, he was up to 77 points. In 15, he had 81 points. So they're definitely looking forward to him being a big contributor this year.
He was a priority, Mitch, for Paul Day and his technical staff. The first overall pick of the 2018 expansion draft as Woodall went down. And that was Manley, so possession will stay with New York here.
This face-off thing is becoming a big deal here. They're doing a nice job. I'll look for a 6-on-5 here. They snuck Bouquet off.
Here's Kelly inside. Lomas cleans up successfully. Dan Lomas camping out on that back post. The lead back to New York.
Being a Canadian, I'm guessing he played some hockey. That was a perfect hockey shot. The patience that he showed to wait for that ball to get in his stick and then rifling in low to high. I think the Islanders might be calling this week.
That was New York Islander-esque by Dan Lomas here. And how about this orchestrated by Connor Kelly, though?
Yeah, Connor Kelly made a great play. Nice job by Dan Lomas with that patience and making sure to put it away. The big thing here, they caught him by surprise with a sneak. Bouquet snuck to the bench, so they had 6 players for just a half a second while they ran off another player to get Bouquet back on the floor, and that gave him the chance to get a great look, and then nice job by Dan Lomas to pick up the rebound.
Let's go downstairs to Danny with more.
Guys, I talked to Dan at practice yesterday. He said he's trying to slow down the game right now, getting back into the groove because he knows he's worked hard enough to be at this level, so he's not trying to force things. And those shots behind the net, he said those are new to his game, and it might be because of the music he's been listening to, some Motley Crue, getting him back into the groove, guys.
Danny, Dan Lomas has now scored in all 5 games this year. He has been great for the New York Riptide in the expansion season, and the low angle shot denied there. Bouquet on Reardon. And a penalty coming up here. Gonna get another slashing call, and it looks like another New York Riptide is headed to the box. It appears John Ranigan will serve the 2-minute minor.
Yeah, and the box game is so physical, it's not very often that you get a slash call.
Sir, what's that?
New York penalty, 2 minutes, slashing.
So we see the slash call. You really got to do something egregious to get a slash call in the box game with so much, as my friend put it when he came to his first game, it's just lawless out there. But there are rules. Slashing's one of them, and if you check a player who's not carrying the ball, you're typically going to get that slash call, which is what happened in that situation.
So the Wings 0 for 1 on the man up to the left-hand side. Crowley has a seam, goes backdoor, and the dunk is in! Josh Currier gets his first goal of the 2020 season, and we're level at 4.
Yeah, and that is just how they drew that up. They bring all the attention to Kevin Crowley. He's such a good outside shooter. Everyone kind of sucks up to the top towards him. He fires what looks like just a shot wide, and great job by Currier to find that. You can see he's moving his feet, ready for the dive before the shot even happens.
Now, Mitch, should somebody be marking Currier behind the cage and crease there, because seemingly he was free? I know it was a man advantage there for Philadelphia, but when you're playing that zone defense, what do you do about the guy that's behind the cage?
Yeah, the 2 bottom players, they're what we call the anchor. They need to stay nice and low, and one of them is responsible for protecting that backside pipe and helping Bouquet out there. It's tough, though, because you get drawn up towards that shooter.
Power play goal is through. It's 4-4 now. A plethora scoring from both sides. Inside Digby looking for his second. Higgins said no. Loose ball cleaned up here by New York. Kelly thought about it, and now to Digby. And a fresh 30 for the New York Riptide. Shatner also out there.
Isaiah Davis-Allen dropped his stick. You're allowed to play without the stick, so you'll see him just doing his best to use his body now.
Shatner had the one-time shot, and Higgins smothered that for Philadelphia. Davis Allen's stick is still out there on the floor, but it did go off, and it's Matisse now getting the pick there from Brett Hickey. Hickey didn't see that one coming. The pass sailed above him. Crowley now on the left-hand side, dodges through, and Bouquet has the save to his left. And it's a good check right into the boards there by Andrew Suter, the defender.
Great check there by Suter, being physical, tough, hard-nosed. That's what they're looking for from this Riptide team.
That's a great play in the back by Fournier as well to get it up the length of the floor for McCray. Lomas again with McCray setting the pick, and an illegal pick. It's going to go back to Philadelphia.
Yeah, McCray tried to hold on a little bit too tight on that pick.
Here they are in transition with Wagner again, trying to feed on Patton, and Bouquet again, another stop.
Funny thing about the two Wagners, they share the same last name because they share the same mother and father. They are brothers.
Parents must be proud tonight, seeing their sons out there on the floor. It's Digby on the left-hand side. So on the sheet tonight, so is Thorpe. Thorpe with the sidearm shot. Higgins squashes it up for Philadelphia. Great
Wagner.
starts for both goaltenders tonight.
Wagner boys originally from Canada, hailing out of Michigan. It's good to see Michigan get on the map here for lacrosse.
Ryan from Philadelphia in his second year with the Wings has also played for Buffalo and Vancouver. Let's go back to the save from 2 plays ago by Bouquet.
Yeah, he just keeps that big shoulder pad up. He doesn't bite on the fake and just waits out the shooter until he runs out of space. That's just good, savvy goaltending from a veteran keeper.
John Wagner, who plays for the New York Riptide out of Marquette, led the team in points the last 2 years. He was at Marquette, an all Big East player. On the left-hand side, New York Riptide in blue. Gibson, the number 1 pick, over to Chetner. It was a good dive there by Baptiste and company. And it's cleaned up by Alex Pace of Philadelphia over to Matisse.
We talked about Chetner coming out the D door. He feels more comfortable a little bit, and now it looks like we've got either a delayed penalty or just like a set piece here with under 18 seconds left in the clock. They're going to wait for that last shot. That's why they pulled the goalie, so the Wings have a man advantage here, trying to get the last shot of the quarter.
10 seconds to go in the opening frame. It's Crowley this time. On the left-hand side, Hickey. Watch for Rampo. It has a seam, but it wasn't handled by Reardon. 1 second to go, and the shot by Bouquet is in! And the officials wave it off because the ball has to cross the line before the horn sounds. Officials confer all over the floor. No goal, but what an effort nonetheless by Bouquet.
When Bouquet is fired up, you see him shrugging his shoulders. He said, well, I had a great shot there. And what a shot. Just an absolute laser, 2-hopper, not even 1 hop right into the goal. You practice those at the end of practice, sometimes for fun. Man, that really got the crowd going. If nothing else, he got the crowd into it.
That caps an exceptional first 15 minutes for the New York Riptide. At the end of 1, we're level at 4 here on Long Island. Start of the second quarter from Nassau Coliseum, and we're level at 4 between the Philadelphia Wings and the New York Riptide. Coming up next, the NLL Game of the Week is in Denver, Colorado, as the Mammoth take on Mitch Jones and the Vancouver Warriors in a West Division matchup. Catch all the action on BR Live, Twitter, and Facebook starting at 9:30 p.m. Eastern.
Mitch Jones has been on an absolute tear this year.
Let's go back to the Bouquet save, and then he tried to get this down the length of the floor before the horn sounded.
Yeah, he did a nice job of getting it up and getting it out quickly, and man, was he on target. That couldn't have been more dead center of the net, but the entirety of the ball has to cross the line before the clock goes, so unfortunately, it's just a really nice practice shot for him.
For those that aren't familiar with the indoor game, just how difficult is that from Alex Bouquet amid traffic to take that shot?
Doesn't happen very often that you get the opportunity, and definitely doesn't happen often that it actually goes in time.
Danny has more on Alex Bouquet. Danny.
Guys, I asked Alex about some adversity he's faced throughout his career as the Riptide started 0-4 this season. He said, listen, I've had to adapt to things that are changing, battling for spots his entire career. And he said, listen, I'm buying into Reggie's philosophy, work hard, give a lot of effort. And I asked, how would your teammates describe you? He said, I'm a fun guy, but when I put the uniform on, it's a straight 180.
And Danny, Philadelphia scored 3 of the last 4 goals, spanning the last 4 minutes plus. More importantly, we're all square at 4 apiece. Possession to start the second to the wings in white. The crease dive, it goes off the pipe, and it's cleaned up there by Thorpe of Philadelphia. And here he is for the New York Riptide. It's Thorpe on a 2v1. Gail Thorpe thought about it, keeps it himself. Higgins puts his feet together.
I like that little fake shovel pass that Thorpe had, but now they're a little retransition from the wings.
Jokum over, and the shot is through on the transition. Vitarelli with his 3rd goal this year, and just like that, a snap of the fingers, the Wings regain the lead.
Corey Vitarelli spent 8 seasons in Rochester. Last year had 23 goals. He is a known scorer. Turf Dog is his nickname. He sniffs around for those rebounds. Typically he's getting those grimy rebound type goals. Just such a great player and such a knack for finding the back of the net. In this situation, does a nice job at just waiting. That was just a clean overhand. You see the fundamental shot there, right over the shoulder and off the pipe, and it doesn't get much better for that in terms of fundamentally sound offensive shooting.
Now, Mitch, Philadelphia on a bit of a run here. They have scored 4 of the last 5 goals, and after Baptiste, arguably the best face-off guy in the National Lacrosse League, they're in possession again on offense. Rambo was looking for an over-the-top shot to no avail. Defensively was Wagner, reared into the left-hand side across the crease, and the Wings are steamrolling here.
Great ball movement there, and talk about the finish there by by Kyle Matisse, just waiting out Higgins there, using that huge rim. Blaze Reardon draws McRae across the crease. Draws Manley across the crease. And Kyle Matisse using that huge frame, waiting out Higgins, waiting out Bouquet, waiting, and then buries it past him.
What's been impressive on this run for Paul Day's team, as 2 goals are scored 18 seconds apart, is the passing, the ability to draw the defender pitch and then quickly get the guy who's open on that backside.
Yeah, that all started with a great 2-man game on the left side. That allowed Blaze Reardon to have a lane to the net. He drew all the attention, then he threw it across over to Matisse for an open look.
So here's the New York Riptide down by 2 goals, largest deficit tonight. McRae will find Suter. They'll look for a change, and out the front door is Digby for New York. Looking for their first win in franchise history tonight. Shetner also out there in blue for the Riptide. A bounce pass over to Kelly on the left-hand side. Across the line into the Philadelphia zone. It's Gibson, the #1 overall pick. Gaining some momentum, Gibson the shot. He turned around and fired wide, and the shot clock violation will go back to Philadelphia.
Yeah, good work there. They got the ball from each side to each side. I think Gibson actually had a lane if he had gone on the very first try, but does a nice job. He uses his defender as a screen. He's just got to hit the net there so they can get that reset and fight for the loose ball.
On this right-hand side, it's Vitarelli, the recent goal scorer for the Wings. 1v1, there's that 2-man game. They swing it around to the left-hand side. Swimming over that time, Bomberry. Hickey, the assistant captain, that crossbar pass searching for Reardon. He regains it, and a good stick check by Mike Manley. He's had a great start getting back into the lineup, Manley.
Excellent job by all of the Riptide defenders and getting the sticks into the hands and into the lanes. That's making all the difference. You saw Hickey wanted to shoot. Nice job, McRae, with a one-handed stick check just to discourage that, and then another nice job down low by Manley, putting the pressure on the ball.
Thorpe getting the pick there, find Lomas. Digby also out there as well for the New York Riptide. Fox out there, Digby on the right-hand side. Digby now gets on the backhand, that over-the-top shot, it fires high above the crossbar, the shot clock violation. On February 1st, the San Diego Seals are making history and hosting the Colorado Mammoth for the first NLL game to be played in Las Vegas. For more info, visit sealslax.com/Vegas. Seals did a great job last year, Mitch, as an expansion team, getting to the postseason. This year, they're led by Wesley Berg, who has 8 goals, Zach Greer with 6 goals.
Yeah, it's good to see the growth of these expansion teams, even though they might, sorry, I was waiting there. Suter had a little bit of an opportunity, but even though they may not be winning championships, they're getting good wins, which is key.
And the shot again is through for the Philadelphia Wings. They have scored 3 straight. It's Brett Hickey that time to open up this second quarter.
And this is 2 goals now in what we call reverse transition, where the Riptide have transition, they give up a shot, and then they give up transition going back the other way. The key to that is the 4th and 5th defensemen, as the Riptide are going for of dropping back and making sure they're playing D.
It is 4 straight goals for the Philadelphia Wings. Going to that left-hand side of Alex Bouquet. They've been getting a lot of production out of Brett Hickey. Taken first in the expansion draft, as mentioned, in 2018, in his 8th year in the NLL. Radzowitz in transition will come off of the change. Connor Kelly with a seam right down the middle. Mitch, you called for the team to get closer right down the middle. It's being negated so far. I see 2 men up there for the Philadelphia Wings, and that goes off the pipe from Kelly.
Yeah, Philadelphia has almost dropped into, it's not a zone, but they're packed way in. So Coach Day saw the same thing I saw in the film, and he said, let's pack it in and make them take these outside shots or beat us to the middle with a lot of pressure.
Wings up by 3, and the bounces in again for Philadelphia. They are steamrolling. It's Matisse with his 2nd tonight.
And this is where if you're Coach Thorpe, you're shaking your head, because this is exactly what he talked about. This communication lapses. The Riptide do a great job of dropping in on defense, but no one picks up Matisse there. So that's communication coming back in the transition. Someone needs to pick up Matisse there and do a better job of bumping up away from the less dangerous players who are further from the goal. That's 4 straight goals, 3 of which are in transition, and 2 of which came off of Riptide transition that failed. So definitely something they might want to just look at, slowing the ball down when they get it on offense and just letting their offense play.
It's 4 straight goals in the 2nd quarter. You go back to the first when Courier got also on the board. That's 5 collectively in a row for the Philadelphia Wings. And we're going to get a call here, and the possession will go back to Philadelphia.
And they call an 8-second there. Suter, I don't think he realized how much time was left there to get the ball over, but a huge pick on the backside for him. That got the crowd into it.
Even strength out there. Here's Philadelphia in white with Vitarelli. Mainly on the defensive work this time. They swing it to the left-hand side, and we're going to get a call here against the Wings.
Vitarelli with a moving pick on the backside. That was something the Riptide were looking for in one of those early goals that sparked this transition. The key is you got to fight through it. Even if you get blown up in the back, you got to fight through it and try to get up and keep going.
Kelly on the left now gets the screen from Digby, feeds it to the left again for Fox, looking for his 2nd, and Higgins had it. Matisse will settle the pace and company for Philadelphia, looking for their 2nd win this season. It's Rambo as a goal tonight as well, spinning away from Manley, looking over the top there, stays in possession towards the crease. 5 on the shot clock here, and a loose ball towards the center of the floor, and a chance for the New York Riptide, scooped up by Radigan. Radigan on a breakaway, and it's Higgins again, cleaned up on the backhand. Higgins again, not once but twice, as he robs John Wagner. And that will bring us to a timeout. Catch your breath, Mitch. 9:28 remaining in the 2nd, and Higgins has been great. Radigan with a seam. Higgins not once, but twice to wrap Wagner. .928 remaining in the 2nd quarter. Riptide are trailing in this one, 8-4 downstairs. Danny Wexelman with Wings head coach Paul Day.
Coach, the rivalry is very alive here. The pregame match between New York and Philadelphia, you're smiling here, you know. What does it mean to you? Why do you like it so much?
I mean, in the old days, you know, this place would be filled 8,000 to 10,000. They'll get back there. It was always great games between New York and Philadelphia, and it's going to continue.
There's no lead that's safe in box lacrosse. What are you liking from your side so far?
You know what? When you're on the road, a lot of time you got to kind of handle the pressure that the home team throws at you, and I think we did a really good job to kind of stop the bleeding a little bit and then get on a run here. Game plan's working, and we're pretty happy right now. But we got a long way to go.
Coach, thank you.
Thank you.
Dave.
And Danny, right on that theme of a rivalry, yes, the Wings played the New York Saints in '89. New York lost in the title game, and '90 and '93, it was New York in the semifinals and the divisional finals, respectively. Mitch, These teams and their organizations, their fan bases know each other well, and they want this one badly.
Yeah, a lot of pride in those two areas. Philly, you think of the pride that Philadelphians have, you've been a PA guy originally.
Sure.
And then Long Island, just so much pride in these two fan bases. They want to win, and they want to win against each other.
Player falls down. It was Manley that time, but it goes off the pipe there to the right of Bouquet. Dave Leto, Mitch Belisle, Danny Wexelman, our entire crew from Nassau Coliseum. 8-4 Philadelphia. It was a great start for the New York Riptide at home. They were leading by 2, but since 5 straight for Philadelphia. And it was Brett Hickey that time. And Bouquet has been great so far. That has also been a storyline despite the lopsided score in favor of the Wings on the road.
Yeah. I'm sounding like a broken record here, but they have to get to the middle. The first 2 goals they scored, Jake Fox underneath, Kyle Digby on that 6v6, 6v5. Since then, they've only shot from the outside. Dan Lomas got the rebound, so they need to get to the middle if they want to be effective.
And it's Kelly over the top, and it's knocked down off the stick of Philadelphia. It's a foot race to the ball, and it's a sprint by Charbonneau. Charbonneau to the right-hand side, and a good stick check there. It was Radzowitz who made the play defensively for New York.
Those are huge energy plays. I thought last week he brought a ton of energy in that Saskatchewan game, and so seeing him make those plays, that's what they need to start latching onto and using those as a catalyst to keep moving.
Digby with that sidearm shot, and Higgins has been great to his left so far. Matisse in possession. He has 2 goals tonight, but how about the play of Zach Higgins? Since the start, he's really bounced back.
Yeah, I thought he's done a nice job, and they're looking to go 5-hole on him right now, that big area between his legs. He's done a great job of trapping the ball against his leg. So look for them to start shooting upstairs. That's what worked in the first few stanzas.
Buchanan over the top and far to that back post there as the ball will go out of play. Watch all the action from around the National Lacrosse League this season on BR Live. Choose an annual, monthly, or per game pass. For more info, visit NLL.com/BR Live. Higgins has that, negating the Philadelphia or the New York Shark.
Yeah, and you see Dan Lomas shaking his head on the bench right now. He's frustrated. He knows that probably wasn't the best look for their offense. He wanted to try to spark something, get something going there.
It's a good feed inside, and Bouquet gets just a pace cleared up by Rinkin. And Bouquet with the second consecutive stop. A fresh 30, though, for the Philadelphia Wings.
2 big saves by Bouquet. The defense has got to get on the same page. There's just a couple miscommunications there, and then even just after that, they left a player wide open as they both went, 2 Riptide players both went to the same Wings player. So defensively, they need to settle down and talk through all these matchup switches and make sure that everyone's covering a man. It's, again, back to the fundamentals of the basics of lacrosse.
Scott Johnston and company have to keep an eye on Matt Rambo. Multiple crease dives in this game. Digby getting the pick inside. The ball gets loose. Who wants it? He kicks it over. Baptiste scoops it up. It's a 2v1 with Matisse. Here's Baptiste. He had a goal like this against Calgary, and he does it again on the road. Trevor Baptiste. It's 9-4 Wings.
Remix, almost an identical situation to his last time down. He keeps it up over his right shoulder, twists it across his face, and throws that short side. So that is becoming the classic Trevor Baptiste move here. Nice job by Digby trying to keep that ball alive, but the Wings are just swarming that ball and spark that transition. Transition is killing the Riptide in this quarter.
Known for being a juggernaut and a spark plug off the faceoff, but how about the work in transition? Mitch, that's exactly what I asked you coming into the broadcast booth tonight. Trevor Baptiste had a goal like that against Calgary. He sprints and he has possession right on cue here. How about the work rate from him in his career ever since his Denver playing days?
He's just such a workhorse, and he's a happy, great teammate I've gotten the opportunity to play with and against Trevor, and he works so hard, and he does it with a smile on his face, so you love seeing that in anyone who's playing this game that's supposed to be fun, and he has a lot of fun with it, but he just does such a nice job and brings such a spark at the face-off X.
It's a 5-0 run for the Philadelphia Wings in this quarter alone, but 6 straight from Paul Day's team.
A little sloppy change there by the Wings as they thought they were going to have to sub, but the Riptide are just not getting to the rebounds right now. At the beginning of the game, they were knocking passes down. Bouquet was trapping the ball. Right now, rebounds are coming out, and the Wings are getting to it first.
Claimed off iron again by Reardon.
And that wears your defense down.
Again, the loose ball in possession of Vitarelli. Again, these loose balls have worked well. There's the bounce pass on that left-hand side, and Bouquet again to his left had it.
Crowley goes up for the loose ball. Instead, it's Radzowitz, and he'll throw it aside. And down the length of the floor, it's John Wagner, the Marquette product. 1v1. Wagner gaining positioning. John Wagner scores for New York. A much-needed goal for the Riptide. It's 9-5, and the first goal in John Wagner's NLL career.
And what a goal. Bodies into him, turns around, almost a scoop shot, low to high bouncer. This is one of those where you better score this one. You've gone down in transition, you've given up goals, and he does a nice job of using his pressure, using his body to spin around the defender and rip it into the bottom corner as he bounces it up into the top corner.
First goal in over 13 minutes of action for the New York Riptide, and they're down by 4. Could that bring some life for the home New York side? Liddell and Baptiste towards the draw. It is won momentarily by New York. Fight for the loose ball. A big hit by Baptiste. Officials say it was clean on Suter, and Baptiste has it again. Circling around Manley. Has position again. Baptiste gets his second! Trevor Baptiste! It's not majestic. That's expected from Baptiste. It's a 10 spot for the Wings. It's 10-5.
And Dave, it's the exact same shot, but this time to the other corner. He brings that stick straight up and down, twists it, and then this time he brings it to the right side. The one thing we used to talk about when I played on the Georgia Swarm is it's okay to lose faceoffs, just don't give up goals on faceoffs. And that's something the Riptide are trying to make a play here, but by jumping up on Baptiste, you give him a clear lane to the net. In that situation, if you drop back and play good 5-on-5 defense, Baptiste isn't going to beat you one-on-one. So drop back, play good D, and that's something the Riptide, I'm sure, in this halftime are going to talk about. Let's not give up transition goals. Let's not give up goals off the faceoff.
Last year, Baptiste broke the NLL single-season faceoff record with 362 winning draws, and now he's scoring goals. That's hard for opposing teams to handle.
I was going to say earlier in the game, they've been doing a nice job of limiting that success. Even though he's winning the clamp, they were swarming the ball. The Riptide were able to get to the one-on-one ground balls or cause turnovers, so it wasn't as big of a factor.
Buchanan again. Bouquet had it to his right once more. Radzowitz and a chance for Digby. Digaway sprinting towards the crease. Digby adds another on his account in the game.
Transition, 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 reverse transition. This is like a basketball game right now. Up and down and up and down and up and down. Faceoffs are definitely playing a role, but this is save, go down the other end opportunity. Save, go down the other end opportunity. But in terms of getting these transitional looks, the thing that's been hurting the Riptide is it's been going to the defensive players. In this situation, you had Digby up top. When he's 1-on-0 with a goalie, that's a guy you got to count on to score, and he makes the most of it, putting it in the back of the net.
Second goal tonight for Tyler Digby, and his 8th of the 2020 season. That will bring us to another timeout. 4:14 remaining in our first half, and just the start that Tyler Digby and his team need. They're down by 4, though, here on Long Island. Welcome back to Nassau Coliseum, where the Wings lead the Riptide by 4. Coming up on NLL at the half, the Riptide learned all about bull riding as the PBR rolls into New York this weekend. Plus, highlights and analysis of the first half of play. Stay with us for NLL at the half. This is one of 2 games on the docket tonight and in week 6 in totality. Coming up is the NLL game of the week at 9:30, Vancouver at Colorado. Just 2 games tonight on the schedule, and Colorado coming in at 2-1 this year against a Vancouver team that we saw early on of the year. Chris Gill's team obviously led by Mitch Jones, Logan Schuss, Keegan Ball and company.
Yeah, most excitingly, it's their first home game, so they're excited to get home in the Comcast Center back in Philadelphia. Same weekend as LaxCon, so there's going to be a huge crowd there. I'll be down at LaxCon myself talking about box lacrosse. So great opportunity for the sport to grow and to get so many different people maybe out to their first box game.
Yeah, the Wings started out the first 3 games, including tonight, on the road. 4 of the next 5 are at home in Philly, as you're mentioning.
Shot again, knocked down there by Philadelphia, scooped up by Rambo. Swimming around that time on Fournier. It's Rambo, and again, Bouquet has been confident in the crease tonight, and the long out yet to Fournier across the center line. It's a 2v2. Man comes outside the front door. Kelly on the right-hand side, thinking about it again. Patton disrupts the play on that right for the New York Riptide. It was Chetner who just took too long.
And nice job working that 3v2 and having the advantage. But like you said, they just took too long with it. Chetner should have just made one move and gone to the cage.
Career shot was denied in front. It's 15 seconds here on the shot clock here for the Wings. Up by 4 on the New York Riptide. It is Suter on the defensive work. Inside, Suter gets a piece and he has to get, looked like he had something hurt there. Buchanan, the dunk opportunity to no avail.
Suter is going to be deep in an ice bath after this game. That's his second soaked shot of that shift and probably about his 5th of the game. So he's doing a nice job of putting his body on the line. He's the kind of guy that is willing to do that and that tells his teammates, watch what I'm doing and jump on board.
.250 to go in the second. New York on the right now. Crease dive again. Foot was in the crease. Higgins with the outlet here for Philadelphia to Matisse. Also has Ryan Wagner out there as well.
Good effort there by Chetner, but just wasn't able to extend across so Higgins could hug that pipe and take away any angle he had.
Let's see if this New York team can shore up defensively here on Reardon. Gets the screen by Vitarelli. The low angle shot is blocked in front. And here comes the New York Riptide with Radigan. Radigan on a 1v3 and needs some help, and Wisely will reset here for New York.
And that's a smart play by Radigan. Savvy vet. He's limping off that shot that he just soaked. Those shots, while they hurt in the moment, they feel a lot better than the goal going in.
Gibson, the #1 overall pick, hasn't scored tonight. Didn't score against the Rush as well. At a big game. It's Fox this time. Fox with the opportunity. Couldn't find the back of the cage. Still possession with New York. Loose ball. Dislodged there. Patton scoops it up for Philadelphia. Jokum now.
Dave, as we see the little guys getting ready to go on at halftime, can't forget to give my son George a shout out. His 3rd birthday coming up on Monday.
Happy birthday. Hopefully he's celebrating in a nice party you got planned.
Got Bobby Beatcut, extraordinary musician, coming in.
Behind the back shot there, and that again is taken care of by Bouquet on Vitarelli. I thought you were going to play the little 1 and 2s on your guitar. You seem like an acoustic guitar guy.
I got nothing on the musical talents, unfortunately.
Well, we tried.
It all went into athletics. Poured everything I had into there.
Well said. Here's Kelly on the left-hand side. He swims around Wagner that time. Kelly giving it up to Digby. Closing in on a minute to go in the second. Thorpe lost it, now regains possession past Baptiste, and was looking for Lobos there. The shot clock violation on New York. Play will continue here for Philadelphia. 53 seconds to go in the quarter, and it's Wagner this time. We'll find Buchanan at the first goal tonight for Philadelphia. Will take the shot, and Bouquet just gets enough of it. Towards the corner it goes for Johnston. Also helping out is Bomberry, the 10th overall pick for the New York Riptide, with 35 seconds to go, and New York down by 4. Here's what, Mitch, you're calling for: the transition game by New York, but the officials will silence the play.
Yeah, New York's going to call a timeout there smart with just under 30 seconds to play. They're going to have nearly a full clock, so they get an opportunity to pull, most likely pull Bouquet with about 2 seconds difference. I think they'll probably still do that and get a 6v5 look. They were successful with a 6-on-5 earlier in the game with that little sneak play, so they have something that Coach Thorpe will draw up and get going for the boys. Sorry, Coach Abrams.
For those that aren't familiar with these special teams plays on 6v5s, how much work is done like this in practice sessions for plays like this on end-of-quarter situations?
Because of the lack of practice time, you're typically practicing the Friday night before a game and then a shoot-around the day of. You really got to use a big portion for that settled 5v5 play, but also for your power play. So that 6-on-5 is kind of the third in line, but it is important, and teams do spend a significant amount of time making sure they have at least a play or two drawn up and then a secondary option off of each of those plays.
So take me through, you see what the offense is being drawn up by New York. What is Philadelphia thinking on the defensive side now?
Yeah, defensively, they're talking to their bottom players. You asked about this earlier, about what's your role in the 5v4. Same in the 6-on-5. If you're the bottom 2 players, you are anchoring the crease, staying nice and low, making sure no dunk opportunities from behind happen or no cross-crease passes happen. Up top, you got to work really hard with 4 players covering 5 of their players.
Offensive coordinator Marshall Abrams and company drawing up the play here. New York has scored 2 of the last 3 games. It negated a 6-0 run by Philadelphia. It's a 10-6 game as the Wings are looking for their second victory. Again, if you're just joining us, it's game 3 of the season for the Wings, game 5 for the New York Riptide. Back end of this schedule for Philadelphia will be at home, and here we go out of the timeout. 27 seconds to go. And again, the cage is open, Bouquet is out. 20 seconds now for Kelly. They're going to wheel it around here for New York. Kelly's at the top, Digby setting the screens inside. Thorpe is on the right-hand side for New York. Kelly now on the left-hand side. Gibson, the number 1 pick. Skip pass to the right-hand side. Back to Gibson on the give and go, and the shot steered aside. 1 second to go, and that will close out the first half of play. Philadelphia with a gargantuan run. It was a 6-0 run as stated. They lead 10-6 going into the locker room.
Yep. Great job by the Riptide of not folding, making sure to get that goal, that answer from Wagner, and then coming back with another goal in transition by Digby. They're going to have to ride those 2. It's a 4-goal difference, but that's a lot better than going into the locker room down by 6.
At one point in this game, the New York Riptide were leading 3-1. That's because Jake Fox had the early goal after Buchanan tally, and then Tyler Digby and Gail Thorpe got on the sheet. So it was an encouraging start, but the difference was the transition game. Let's go downstairs to Danny Wexelman.
Trevor, 2 goals so far, countless faceoffs won. What does it take to not only win the faceoff, but then head down there and score a goal?
It's a lot of fun, and I think we got a lot of guys working hard on the ball line, scrapping it up with them. Credit to Alex Woodhull, he's giving me a battle out there, and we're just playing hard. And I think New York presses out their athletic team, and it's opened up stuff for myself and other players to push transition down the floor.
How much does this rivalry excite you, New York and Philadelphia back in action?
It's great. Being us an expansion team last year and then being an expansion team this year, it's exciting to add that rivalry in this league. We play in such great venues like this. We got great fans. It's exciting to get a rivalry going and get. We got a big section of Philly guys here, and then we got a big section of New York guys here. Hopefully there's no brawls after the game.
And what's the message at halftime?
I think we got to keep on the gas. I don't think we're playing to our full potential, especially on defense. I think we did a great job in the first 2 games. Shutting high-power offenses down. I think we just got to keep that going. I think we got to communicate a little bit more. They're a little bit of an unorthodox team offensively, and have some fun.
Trevor.
Yeah, no problem.
Dave.
Thanks, Danny. 12 different goal scorers in that first half. 2 by Baptiste, 2 by Digby. At the end of the first 30, it's 10-6 Wings. NLL at the half is next. Back to Nassau Coliseum. We're at halftime of today's game between the New York Riptide and Philadelphia Wings. The Professional Bull Riders Tour is in New York this weekend, and New York Riptide players headed to Manhattan on Thursday to test their skills on a different kind of ride.
All right, guys, so what you want to do? You want to hold it with one hand, pick whichever one you feel like it. Keep one hand in the air, use it for balance. Don't try to touch it. That's not cool. Don't be like the mascot. And try really hard and don't hit the net. All right. Here we go.
I got you at 85 right now. 85 points.
After these messages, Mitch, Danny, and I will break down the first half of play. You're watching the NLL on BR Live. NLL at the half continues from Long Island. It's the Wings up by 4 over the New York Riptide. Welcome back upstairs at Nassau Coliseum with Mitch Belisle. I'm Dave Leno. What has stood out to you in the first half of play? I know you want to center on the transition game favoring the Wings.
Yeah, we talked about matching up evenly in that first quarter, and then the second quarter was just up and down and up and down. It was a running match, and the Wings had the better of it, but the Riptide were able to match up with them at the second part of that second quarter, and were able to narrow the gap a little bit to make it a 10-6 game heading into halftime.
Let's take a look at the first half highlights. New York got off to a great start of this one. They were up 3-1 at the beginning juncture of the game.
Yeah, they were able at first to get to those dirty middle areas, to get to the shots they wanted to see, but then it was all Wings as they went on a bit of a run here, scoring, 7 unanswered goals. It was difficult for the Riptide to match. They finally got a contribution from Wagner being able to stop the bleeding, but it was just a little bit too much, and they found themselves in a deep hole.
How about the movement of the ball by Paul Day's team? You see seemingly a guy is camping out on that back post or that back door for Philadelphia.
Yeah, they do a nice job of drawing the pressure to the ball carrier and then moving it across. It's really difficult for a goalie to come across and make that save.
And how about the play as well by the Philadelphia Wings and Trevor Baptiste in this one?
He's been a huge spark for them, scoring 2 transition goals and really doing a nice job on the faceoff. And it was John Wagner who was able to answer and really stop that run that the Wings went on.
Now, what do you want to see from this New York team going into half number 2 when it comes to that pace and transition?
They need to settle it down and find their stride in 5-on-5. They've only got 22 shots. This is an opportunity for them to get some shots in settled play and do a nice job of getting the ball into the sticks of their players like Digby, who's hot right now with 2 goals, and Tyson Gibson.
How about the play of Alex Bouquet through one half?
He played great in that first half. The first quarter. The second half, he had to do a lot more with one-on-one shots, especially in transition. So they're going to be relying on him to stop everything in the second half.
Now, defensively, what do you think this New York Riptide team is discussing in the locker room? Because it seems like Philadelphia, especially, not just in transition, but also even strength, has been advantageous wheeling the ball around the floor.
Yeah, against Halifax and against Saskatchewan, they've done a nice job of pressing out and making it very difficult to carry the ball. So being extra aggressive on offense, look for that this half.
Here at the half, it's the Philadelphia Wings up 10-6 over the New York Riptide. We'll have more from Nassau Coliseum in just a moment. NLL on BR Live is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com to see how much you could save. Roll on through here to Long Island, and the New York Riptide are down by 4 to the Philadelphia Wings at the start of the third quarter. Dave Leno, Mitch Belisle, Danny Wexelman cruising along here on BR Live. Riptide season tickets, fan experiences, and single game tickets are now available, plus much more. To purchase, visit NewYorkRiptide.com or call 516-402-3006. It's a huge one tonight for the New York Riptide because the Georgia Swarm come into town on the 18th, followed by San Diego at the end of the month. And these are colossal teams that the New York Riptide will face, including New England.
Yeah, with 5 games under their belt, they'll have 1 week to kind of recoup and see what went well and what didn't go well. And then they're going to prepare for Georgia, who's been so strong for so many years, with the Thompson brothers and so many big pieces to that offense that many of which were back on the 17 team when we won the championship, including Joel White and Jordan Hall. So they've got a tough road ahead of them, and luckily they have 1 week to regroup and have that weekend off to really work on what they need to.
While we have a moment before the teams come back onto the floor for the start of the second half, what teams around the league, Mitch, have surprised you? We mentioned Halifax off the top. Warren Hill has been great in the cage. They're up to 3-0 start. Callum Crawford for New England has 27 points this year, and the Black Wolves are 3-0.
Yeah, the Black Wolves are one that every year I feel like they've just underperformed a little bit. They've gotten better and better, but they haven't quite gotten over the hump. This year looks like it might be the year that they get over the hump. They've got all the pieces. Callum Crawford's playing his best lacrosse, and they're a very dangerous team off the ground.
You see the Philadelphia Wings up by 4, and here come the New York Riptide out of the locker room. Riptide again had a great start to this game, had their first lead at home. Yes, this is the second home game in New York Riptide history, and it's great to have box lacrosse back
on Long Island after a 12-year hiatus. As they're paying homage to fans that have been behind the New York Titans and the New York Saints. We mentioned this rivalry between New York and Philadelphia. There's a great halftime ceremony from players of the previous teams, and New York is all in on Riptide Lacrosse.
Yeah, I myself am a former New York Titan, so it's exciting to see it back here in New York. I got the opportunity to play in some of these barns. I didn't get the opportunity to play here in the barn here at NYCB Live at Nassau Memorial Coliseum, but it's really great to see how far this league has come, and to get this opportunity for these guys to play at such a high level in front of these great fan bases. It's something that's just special. And with the Wings and the Riptide, some of these fans that have gone back years and years with the teams, even though they're newer teams, it's pretty exciting.
You saw Reggie Thorpe a moment ago, and there's Paul Day, who his team went on a great 6-0 run in that second quarter that has lifted them to a 4-goal advantage. It's year 2 of the new Philadelphia Wings. From 87 to 2014, they played in Philadelphia before moving to New England and rebranding as the Black Wolves. Now the Wings are owned by Comcast Spectacor. Down to Danny Wexelman.
Dan, 150 games in the league. I know that you had a message for your team at halftime. What was it?
Yeah, we just got to stay positive and keep believing in ourselves. We're in a 4-goal game. That's nothing in this league. Focus on our jobs and do it for the rest of the game here. 30 minutes.
Dan, thank you.
Thanks.
Dave?
Thanks, Danny, and a big night again for Dan McCray. Congratulations once more, 150th game played for the RIT alum, 6th overall pick in 2010. He's been so instrumental on the defensive side along with Suter and Ranigan.
Yeah, and you hear him, just all three of those guys so positive with their teammates, and that's key, especially with an expansion team. You need guys that have been there in the position to win, like John Ranigan has, like McRae has. Just in the last year, he won the championship with Calgary. But at the same time, they know what it takes to get there, and how much positivity and encouragement goes into that. You got to be tough on your team sometimes, but you have to stay up when the times are low.
New York will win the draw thanks to Whittle over Baptiste this time, and our second half is underway.
Huge ground ball by Fournier there. Those are the little plays they need to start stacking up to create these offensive opportunities.
It was a +8 advantage on loose balls for Philadelphia through the first 30 minutes. So here are New York down by 4 to the right-hand side, and Jetner gets a screen there. Jetner, the over-the-top shot, blocked by Baptiste, and a sprint the opposite way for the Philadelphia Wings.
And one thing we talked about with Reggie Thorpe is the strength of Philadelphia's offense is in their right-handed shooters. 7 of their 10 goals came from righties. When their righties were coming off the bench in transition in that second quarter, that's when they went on that huge run. So part of the advantage in this box game is what quarter you're in, because you have a different set of guys coming out of the box at different quarters. So look for the teams to use that to their advantage.
It's a big hit on Crowley, and the shot clock will stay in possession here in Philadelphia after Bouquet made the save. Now, you make a great point. Most of the goals scored from the right-hand side. Do you cheat a defender over to the right now, Mitch, as far as adjustments go?
You're not going to want to overplay that, but at the same time, you need to focus a lot of your focus over there on those players and make sure you're not leaving them to slide to the left-hand side.
Second possession on offense for the New York Riptide. It's Lomas this time, as Wagner will come off on the change. Gibson back out there as well. Hasn't scored so far. To the left now. Kelly dodges around one man. Kelly with a seam off the pipe.
And that shot that they got right there was all because of Jake Fox. He's in the middle just getting absolutely hammered by 2 players, but he's drawing 2 players' attention. That gives Kelly the opportunity, what an athlete, to go one-on-one and get a good shot for himself.
To the right-hand side, Thorpe, that cross-crease pass, and Higgins says no.
These are the looks they want, though. This settled 5-on-5, moving the ball side to side. This is what they can build on offensively, and when the timing starts syncing up better, they're going to have great looks that are going to lead to goals.
That was the best look from Tyson Gibson in this game. He has 2 goals, 5 assists this year. The Robert Morris product. Crowley sending the screen. The over-the-top shot is denied. It was Brett Hickey who had it momentarily and hammers it over to the right-hand side to Rambo and company. Reardon with the screen on that pick-and-roll play. Rambo with the spin move, and Bouquet has it.
Zach Higgins has been standing on his head. He's done a nice job of stopping everything. A great cross-crease look, and then Higgins stays big, keeps those shoulder blades up instead of dipping on those fakes. Is able to take away that top angle as the Riptide player runs out of room to shoot.
Kelly and Lomas back out there on the floor with Chetner. It's Kelly this time, and now along the left-hand side. And a seam there for Gibson again. It was knocked down in front by Philadelphia. Loose ball as Courier was going with it along with Davis Allen, and Pace gobbles it up for the Wings. And now to the captain Matisse, who has a pair tonight.
We talked about Chetner coming out of the offensive door. He's done a really nice job of putting pressure on the Wings when they get the ball on offense.
12 different goal scorers through the first 30 minutes of action. A 4-goal lead for the Wings. Rambo on the left, over the top shot, and Bouquet just handles it cleanly. They slowed down to start the third quarter. Dave Leto, Mitch Belisle, Danny Wexelman, our entire crew on BR Live. Gail Thorpe was looking inside. Had a man momentarily. It was Fox making his debut and had the first goal tonight for New York. Lomas with the bounce pass up ahead to Gibson. Now on the left-hand side. Gets a screen in front. Fox again feeds Gibson. A big hit there by Wald. And the shot clock will sound. Shot clock violation on the Riptide.
Yeah, and they're just not penetrating the middle right now. The Wings doing a nice job of packing it in, which is what they talked about, or at least what I saw in the first half. And here, supporting each other, doing a nice job of just forcing everything around the top and out to the side.
That two-man game again. Bouquet's come up big to start quarter number 3. Doesn't go for the quick outlet. You make a great point about packing it in and negating the middle. Do you think that has been on the scouting report against New York, like the Rush have done successfully, getting defenders inside?
Absolutely. You see those white dots. No Wings defenders are higher than those white dots. That's intentional. They are packing in. They're saying they're daring the Riptide to beat them from the outside.
And over the top shot by Gibson, handled cleanly there by Higgins.
I'm always amazed at how well these goaltenders can absorb those shots and then just drop the ball into their stick. They do a nice job of controlling the rebounds, and Zach Higgins has done a great job of that tonight, not giving up those rebounds, which result in a shot clock reset.
To the right-hand side, Rambo was looking for his teammate in Vitarelli, a loose ball, and over to back call. Play will continue if the Riptide get it, and they will here.
And so savvy play there. Wagner's going to learn this. Kevin Crowley was really close to the ball. On an over and back call, you want to pick that ball up and run right at the defender,
right
because
there,
if he doesn't give you that advantage, that's a penalty. They need to give you that few yards of advantage. So that's a veteran move, way to get a quick call and to go your way. And there's a goal.
Jean-Luc Chetner over the top and hammers it past Higgins. It's 10-7.
And this is what they needed. A 3-goal game, right? It's not out of hand. Keep it close. Bring it down to the wire. Nice little seal there by Thorpe. Just continues moving his feet to create that lane for Chetner. Watch Thorpe there continue to move and seal his man. That allows Chetner to come back. He pulls that back short side, and Higgins, as he's moving over with Chetner, isn't able to get back to that original front side pipe.
Jean-Luc Chetner with his 3rd goal this year, also has 3 assists. Last year he was with Vancouver. The Towson product, also played the first 3 years of his college career in the States for the Richmond Spiders. Now, Mitch, you diagrammed this in the first half of play. It seems like they're going low on Higgins. Do you think that continues for New York moving forward?
Yeah, I thought Higgins did a nice job of covering up that 5-hole in the second quarter. So now is where you got to try to mix things up. You shoot high, you shoot low, and again, you got to take what the goalie gives you.
First back-to-back goals for New York since 3-1, and then it was 4-1 for the Riptide. Alex Bouquet's team is down by 3. They're clawing back in this one here on the island. Game of the week is in Denver as the Mammoth take on Mitch Jones and the Vancouver Warriors in a West Division matchup. Catch all the action on BR Live, Twitter and Facebook starting at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. You know, Mitch, Colorado has won their last 2 games over Calgary and Georgia. And every game the Mammoth have played has been decided by 2 goals or less this year.
Yeah, you asked earlier who has been impressive. I mentioned the Black Wolves. The next team I was going to list off was Colorado Mammoth. They've been playing great lacrosse. They've got some really great players that when I was playing were young stars, and now they've butted into full-fledged stars. So it's great to see them continuing to have success. That's a fun place to play.
And this is good news, Mitch, right here on Long Island for New York. The Wings are scoreless in the last 10 minutes plus in this game. A 3-goal game now. New York in possession with Chetner. There's the seal by Lomas, and now they swing it to the left-hand side. For Gibson, looking for a cutting Digby. He was searching for the hat trick, but Higgins had other thoughts, and out comes Patton and Philadelphia. They'll get the change running out of the front door or the wings.
Those are the inside looks they need. They got to keep wearing down the inside. That starts sucking open the defense and giving them those lanes on the outside.
One of the first off the bench into play was Currier, who has a goal tonight. Crowley also out there as well, 21 in white. Rambo was searching for Crowley that time to no avail, and the turnover belongs here to McRae and New York in a 2v2. Crowley on the defensive work on the stick checks. Look at McRae in his 150th game, fighting that off nicely to Thorpe.
And smart play. Part of the reason why McRae was going one-on-one with Crowley there was to try to keep Crowley on the floor. The more you can keep these offensive players on the floor, the better off it's going to be.
Thorpe again with the one-timer, and Higgins just gets enough of that. But that's where the physicality has to match the wings moving forward. Reggie Thorpe has called for that from the outset, for this team to be so physical, matching the opponent.
Yeah, they talk about that Long Island grit, making this a tough place to play. They need to embody that every shift.
One-time shot, Bouquet to his right, gets just enough. Long outlet down the length of the floor. Radzowitz sprinting towards the crease. Higgins gets a piece.
Radzowitz tried to jump and make a move, and it looks like despite him not scoring, he did do a beneficial thing as the wings sent a man a little too early trying to catch him.
Is that a legal substitution
So
there?
we're going to get an illegal substitution. They'll still get the advantage even though they didn't score on the
Philadelphia
transition.
bench minor, 2 minutes illegal substitution.
So Darrell Wald will go inside the box, and it will be for the first time a power play, a man up here for New York. Here's another look at it as to why.
You can't see off screen. They just sent the man too early from the box, and that might have been the reason why he didn't get the look that he wanted.
Digby fires that high and wide. Nice work, Connor Kelly, to keep it on this side of the floor. Chetner to the right-hand side. They wheel it around to the left. Oh, that behind-the-back shot, that dunk attempt can't go through the crossbar to the back of the cage. 128 here on the man up, and the penalty kill here for Philadelphia. They'll not be in a rush. Johnson back out there defensively for New York.
Johnson was another guy that I thought did a nice job of providing a spark in game 2 against Saskatchewan, sorry. I got to work on my Saskatchewan pronunciation. My friend from Moose Jaw, David Mitchell, second-team All-American, reminded me that I was saying it a little incorrectly, so.
Let's go downstairs to Danny on the physicality on the play. Danny.
Yeah, you guys mentioned that, and not only is there a lot of physicality going on, but there's some chirping going on between the benches right now. Jake Fox getting a little frisky with some of the other players on the Wings team.
That one ranked off the pipe there from Connor Kelly.
That's Connor Kelly's second crossbar that he's hit. He hit both crossbars, painting the pipes tonight, just a couple inches the other direction.
25 seconds on the man up here for New York. Digby to the right on the return of this two-man game for Chetner. On the right, it's Lomas, and again, Higgins to his right had it. Possession retained here by New York. 15 seconds to go on the power play. Digby has 2 tonight. Behind the back to Kelly and just wide. 10 seconds to go on the man up here for New York. Chetner on that diagonal pass, and Higgins had it to his right on that near post. And it will be a successful penalty kill for the Philadelphia Wings.
And Dave, they have to hit the net on those to get those resets.
We're going to get another, Mitch. Illegal substitution going to be called. It appears it's going to go against Philadelphia for the second consecutive sequence.
And Paul Day is not happy. Looks like Ian Garrison's going to chime in. He might have had someone incorrectly identified there on the floor.
Philadelphia Kelly, 2 minutes, illegal substitution. Not him, but he doesn't.
So there were 2 shots on goal during the last man up as Darrell Wald will go back to the box. Let's listen in to our officials.
So here's the rundown. So this is what happens. So I'm looking at the clock. He's got 2 seconds on the penalty. we have that dead ball. He steps out, goes down the floor, plays blown in, pass to him. So he should not have come out of the box.
Early.
He left early.
Okay.
Okay. They opened the door. He stepped out. Okay.
So they released him.
Okay.
So we're going to throw him back in for 2 seconds.
Okay. No penalty.
No penalty.
Okay.
Because if they release him, he goes.
Okay.
And then we'll assess the 2 seconds.
Okay. You go on the mic. I'll get this sorted out. Okay. So we're going back to white ball then, right?
Yeah.
White has the ball.
Yeah. So right now. The player was released early. We had 2 seconds. Therefore, there is no 2-minute illegal substitution. We are adding 2 seconds to the clock. White ball, 5-on-4.
What an awesome opportunity to hear the refs talk through that. And that's kind of a unique situation where the penalty that initially had been issued to the Wings, the operator of the box released him 2 seconds early. So no fault of the Wings player. He runs out as soon as the door opens. He wants to get back and try to get an advantage. But at the same time, that is illegal. So what they did here, they put him back in the box. They're going to make him serve out the final 2 seconds. But the good news is that gives the Riptide another opportunity in a full shot clock, which is a huge benefit for the Riptide.
Let's see if New York can build off of the Jetner goal that made it a 3-goal game here in the third quarter with 5:30 to go. Mark Ardonio and his crew doing a terrific job. We thank the folks that provide us that NLL Wired and our broadcast crew, giving you at home a chance for all the transparency to see what the officials are discussing and adjudicating out there on the floor.
All right, here we go, fellas. Here we go.
And there you get a little bit more. Getting that access, that's something that's so unique to this sport.
Even strength now as Walt comes flying out of the box. 5-on-5. Gibson to the right, met by 2. Jetner, that diagonal pass looking for Kelly. Kelly thought about it, met by 1. Seals off a man. Kelly with that bouncing shot wide. And into the crowd, a souvenir for the young fan here on Long Island. Connor Kelly, multiple opportunities. As Mitch has said, he has rang the pipe twice. Here's Crowley on the opposite end. That diagonal pass over to the right, and Rambo also has gotten on the sheet tonight. Rambo cutting to his left, thought about it. Terrific defensive work, however, by Bomberry, and the shot is through right at the top. Boy, that was sensational by Kevin Crowley from the outside to find that seam at opening on Bouquet.
And that's the difference right now, is when it's late in the clock, other teams are shooting these outside shots and they're getting good quality looks that are either going in or getting resets. With the Riptide, they're either missing the net or they're not getting the shot off. So that's something that late in the clock, the Riptide need to do a better job of finding that cage and getting it inside the confines and then chasing down the rebound so they can get those resets. So credit to the Wings there. Smart play by Kevin Crowley, also one of the best in the world, so that helps too.
And as mentioned off the top of our broadcast tonight, a bit of a homecoming for him. Played at Stony Brook, was a first-team player, a first overall pick in the 2011 draft as well, in the MLL with the New York Lizards. So a lot of familiarity with this area. First goal in 15 minutes for the Philadelphia Wings. They lead by 4. Loose ball won again by New York. And Wagner this time. And a shout out to Brookline Lacrosse Club as well, with the Wagner brothers going against Higgins and Philly as a delayed penalty is out there on the floor. Gonna get another illegal substitution here. This will be the third call tonight, Mitch, on this very penalty.
It looks like this one's going against the Riptide.
And then in the backfield, we got 8 guys on, so we've got a legal substitution on the Riptide.
Okay. So we're going to start with white ball.
5-on-5.
5-on-5. Yep. TV timeout. TV timeout. I need Baptiste. No. Philadelphia penalty, 2 minutes. Rough.
So it's going to be a rough.
New York penalty, 2 minutes, illegal substitution.
And now the change to an illegal substitution. We'll step aside. 4:22 remaining of the third. 11-7. Wings with the lead. Back in a moment. Back here at Nassau Coliseum, Dave Litovich, Belisle, Danny Wexelman, our entire crew, Wings up by 4. If you love the NLL, you'll love all the highlights on our social channels. Get the best goals, saves, and action during the games and during the week on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and NLL.com. And on that note, on February 1st, the San Diego Seals are making history and hosting the Colorado Mammoth for the first NLL game to be played in Vegas. For more info, visit sealslax.com/Vegas. And that is certainly exciting for the National Lacrosse League.
Yeah, something that's so exciting to see, and it's just an amazing experience for a fan to come out and see a game, and then to be able to do that in such a unique environment is just kudos to the NLL for continuing to innovate and change things up.
How about for the players out there from Brooklyn Lacrosse Club? I mentioned the Wagner brothers going up against Higgins and company. There's a lot of familiarity and rivalries amongst the players, not just the teams.
Yeah, so many of these players play in the Canadian Summer League, that's CLA, which is a semi-pro professional league. It's kind of a unique indoor league that they play. It's the National Canadian Summer League, and those guys play in these barns where it's 100 degrees, and that's a tough league they play in. So it's a great opportunity for these pros to get to know each other and play with and against each other on different teams.
So Mitch, we have Radzowitz in the box for New York and Baptiste in the box for Philadelphia. The 4-on-4, and the shot goes through for the Philadelphia Wings.
And just a bit of a miscue there. They completely lost Courier, who snuck around to the backside. Those two players came across and just left him wide open. And a player like Courier, you give him that time, he's going to find a way to score no matter what. He does a nice job of tiptoeing the crease and just wrapping his stick around Bouquet and scoring.
Crease dive successful, his second goal tonight for Courier out of Peterborough, Ontario. Drafted in the 7th round in the expansion draft in 2018. Was also part of the All-Rookie team in 2017, and that's 2 Wings goals in a span of 40 seconds. Keep in mind, this was a 10-7 game at the top of the 3rd.
Yeah, this is where
Riptide can close it down.
This is where they need 2 or 3 quick goals. They haven't gone on any of these extended runs in any of their games. They need 3, 4 goals. Back-to-back goals is as much as they've been able to muster all season long. They need to find a 3 or 4 goal run.
Still a 4-on-4 out there for both clubs. And it's Lomas towards the corner board. Lomas gets checked momentarily at the shot clock violation. He wasn't aware of the shot clock, and it was good defending by Isaiah Davis-Allen.
Maryland product, University of Maryland, as is Matt Rambo. So again, the NCAA game, so much more crossover between Canadians going to play college ball and then Americans getting into the NLL. It's exciting to see so many different players out on the floor.
Courier scooped up by Hickey. His foot was in the crease. And you mentioned a lot of these players know each other. How about Rambo wore number 1? That's a tradition. Connor Kelly as well wear number 1. And that goes into the performance and leadership they have for the Terrapins.
Yeah, Matt Rambo read up that he all 4 years made it to the Final Four and then won the championship. In 3 of those 4 years, he made it to the finals. And Tyson Gibson with a diving goal there. That's the start to the run they need.
It's great to see by Gibson. That's his 3rd goal this year, the number 1 overall pick in the draft. And can that springboard the success going into the middle portion of the schedule? Another look.
Yeah, a little bit of a rebound, does a nice job of corralling that thing, and then buries it and has his own diving goal. This is where they need to get these shots, these resets, and then these second chance opportunities, whether that's a rebound or a full 30. They need to make sure they make the most of these shots that aren't going in and turning that into second chance opportunities and taking away the second chance opportunities for the Wings. Again, 4 goals in this sport is nothing.
He led the team last game with 9 shots, albeit not scoring, though. It is a 4-goal game as they're closing the gap here on the Wings, coming in at 1-1 on the season. 4 of the next 5 for Philadelphia are at home at the Wells Fargo Center in Philly. There are the Wings on that right-hand side with Rambo. Crowley at the top. Dodges around one man. That low-angle shot is wide at the back putt. Rambo scoops it up.
You can't give Crowley that time. They got to get out on that shot so he can't take that outside bomb.
And we saw them score 1 just a few minutes ago. 2:30 to go in the 3rd. 12-8. Wings leading. Digby back on the floor and over to Thorpe. get Gibson back out there as well. Here's Thorpe on the right to a cutting Digby, and Higgins made himself big right in the crease, and the strong outlet by him. That's over the head of Liam Patton, and the race to it towards the corner. And Thorpe with a beautiful stick check for New York. Scooped up by Johnston. Look at his speed down the middle of the park. And he'll feed it over to Chetner and come off for a change for Reggie Thorpe's team.
And Johnson, he played a lot of offense in his early years with Toronto, so I'll be curious to see if they try to utilize him in transition at all throughout the year.
Fox also back out there. Over the top shot! It's Gibson back to back! It's 12-9!
Hello, Tyson Gibson. This is what they're looking for their #1 overall pick. Can you come in and take over a game? That's what they need. They need him to score that third goal now. Get that natural hat trick and keep the thing rolling. Great work by Digby. We talked about Digby and Fox setting those big seals. Comes right over the top of it, has plenty of time to set his feet, take a look at the net, and bury it.
Second goal tonight, give him 4 on the year for Tyson Gibson. His dad, Carroll's an assistant coach at New England for Darryl under Glenn Clark's staff. Robert Morris product was the NEC Player of the Year. That's 2 goals for Gibson. 1 minute and 11 seconds. Face-off draw here. Let's see the call. And it will be awarded here to Baptiste and Philadelphia and White.
Gibson, one of the best players to ever come out of RMU. You know who's another stud out of RMU is Kyle Matisse on the other end, and Digby, yeah. Yep. So a lot of Colonials coming out on the field.
Under 1:30 to go in the third, and that pass was skipped high of Courier cutting in, looking for his own hat trick. Reardon's also out there as well. Skip pass to the right, it's Courier. Bouquet with the stop on his stick. New York getting a plethora of changes. Down the length of the floor, it's Radzowitz bursting in. Radzowitz and Matisse got just enough, but it caroms over here to Philadelphia. And a long sprint down the opposite way, disrupted there by Chetner and behind Matisse. What a defensive work right here for New York, and scooped up along the near channel. And it's Chetner behind the back here, across the way. Oh, that two-man game, and Chetner couldn't get it from Manley. Manley, what work by him towards the corner, behind towards that back door on the edge of the crease. Choke him there, and they'll reset at the top with Wagner.
What an effort by Manley to win back that ball, but Radzowitz, that's one you're going to want to pull out. You have so much momentum with your offense doing their thing. Let them get in there and work.
Kelly looked 5-ball to no avail. 25 seconds left in the third. But is that a situation where you want Radzowitz to go right towards the crease, or do you like the ability to reset?
I would have loved to see him pull it out. Let's get Gibson back on. He's feeling it. He's got the hot hand. And especially with the low shot clock, now you're giving Philly the opportunity to get this last shot here with a couple up and downs.
Under 10 seconds to go, Gibson has scored the last 2. It's Rambo on the right-hand side. Skip pass over here to Hickey. Blocked out in front. 1 second left. Suter goes down on the hit by Hickey. And that will take us to the end of the third quarter. But what a bounce back by the New York Riptide, getting 2 goals right back, and they lead by 3.
Yeah, they need to keep this thing rolling and get a 3-goal run.
So the New York Riptide are down by those 3 goals as the Wings are trying to surge back home and getting the win. But it's Gibson back-to-back, 12-9 at the end of 3. The fourth quarter from Nassau Coliseum, the Wings lead by 3 over New York. The NLL is in action next weekend with 5 games, and to kick things off, Matt Rambo and the Wings will host Mitch Jones and the Warriors on Friday night in Philly's home opener. Catch the action on BR Live and the Lake's Twitter and Facebook accounts. Mitch, we go back to the play of Tyson Gibson. He has scored back-to-back goals in a span of 1 minute plus for New York.
Yeah, this is what they were looking for from their #1 pick, that knack for scoring inside, but also the ability to dish off the ball. So they're going to be looking for him not only to be scoring those goals, but to keep his head up as he starts drawing more attention and moving the ball to the outside to his teammates so they can make some plays as well.
Yeah, Gibson is going to be key in this fourth quarter now. If this game opens up and gets in transition, Mitch, who does that favor here in the fourth stanza?
Well, judging by the second quarter, that's definitely going to be advantage Wings. However, the Riptide were able to piece together some late transition with Wagner and Digby, but it's definitely the Wings that are coming out with their righties off closest to the goal, which is advantage with guys like Matisse, guys like Hickey coming out of the box.
Let's go down to Danny, who was listening in on the New York huddle.
Guys, defensive coordinator Joe Smith said, hey, I know you're tired. We're down by 3. Keep doing our thing and keep up that communication.
Thank you very much, Danny, as the fourth stanza is underway. Wings up by 3. They're looking for Reardon Bouquet with a big stop there for New York. And it's scooped up there by Suter, who's been great defensively tonight. And he's sprinting down the length of the floor.
Communication so key on defense. It's funny, you're here in the arena, you hear the music playing, fans screaming. When you're on the floor, all you hear are your teammates talking to you. So something that's unique when you're out there, it seems like there's so much going on, so much noise, but when you're on the floor, all you hear are your teammates.
Digby getting positioning here, looking for Fox for his second, and that's negated by Philadelphia, and numbers the opposite way here for the Wings in white. Has Jokum on the right-hand side. They opt to go left. Skip pass in front of Vittorelli, and Bouquet again, another big stop. Net comes off there, but how about Alex Bouquet tonight, keeping New York in it throughout?
I said one of the keys to the game, they got to keep this close so they can bring it down to the wire. 12-9, that's very close in an NLL game. Great job here by Digby as he drives in and then tries to feed out. If Jake Fox can just hold a little bit higher there, he might have a little more space to catch that and take a shot.
A minute 15 into the fourth on that right-hand side, Vittorelli. 1v1 here, Rambo with the diagonal pass, the skip shot, Bouquet gets a pace, rebound comes out to his left. Scooped up by New York in blue. They're getting a few changes here by Reggie Thorpe and his coaching staff, and Johnston cradling it up the floor for the Riptide. They're going to bring out Digby, who has 2 goals tonight. It's Kelly on the left-hand side, 1v1, dodges in, spins off the man, Kelly, and Higgins to his left, gobbles it up for Philadelphia.
And Kelly's looking at the referee. I'm looking for the same thing. I thought he was held there. The refs are letting him play tonight, so credit both ways. They've only called 3 penalties, other than the back and forth that negated an advantage for either team. They're letting the boys play.
Buchanan shuffles it over to the left. There's a seam inside to the top. Crowley with that sidearm shot. Bouquet handled it fine. To the left now, it's Digby. On a 2v1, runner coming out, Digby, and what a defensive play there by the Wings. Courier looks like got just enough of that to quell the opportunity for New York. Play continues here for the Riptide, down by 3. Gibson back out there, he scored back-to-back to the left. Shetner, Higgins got enough yet again. Here's that transition game that Mitch has said keep an eye out for Philadelphia. They've been clicking on all fronts tonight, in particular for the first half of play when they had 6 straight goals. Rampo to the left, now towards the middle, shot fires wide, gets his own rebound, and Bouquet, it goes off the pipe, Wagner scoops it up.
Bouquet, great job bringing his other leg. He swept his back leg across, which kicked that ball out, hit the pipe and bounced out.
Here's Gibson, he's been hot on the left, gets the seal from Fournier, Gibson, and Higgins reads it that time. Davis Allen had it momentarily. Diving play on the floor there by Fournier. Who wants it? It's Philadelphia. And Wall. What end-to-end exciting action here in the NLL with the Wings leading by 3. Need a defensive stop for the Riptide.
And Dave, the key here, they're getting their defense on and back. The Riptide are getting their defense on and back, which they weren't doing in that second quarter. That's allowing them to take away the advantage for the Wings.
Buchanan spins momentarily, regains position. The shot knocked down in front. Hickey was off balance, scooped up by Buchanan. Shot clock violation on Philadelphia. Here's the All-American Manley, the product of Duke, to the right-hand side. Thorpe is also out there.
Manley, phenomenal defender. Tough, physical. They like having him in the lineup.
They're looking for Thorpe with that scoop shot. Well wide. Stays on this end for Fox, who has a goal tonight. Fox trying to jet through. Kelly provided the screen. Fox with a dunk attempt to no avail. Higgins was not full there. Both goaltenders have been masterful. Higgins for Philly, Bouquet for New York.
And this is where it's going to take some time for Jake Fox to get comfortable over there on that right-hand side with Digby. They just got to get used to playing with each other to create the lane and create the space. There's been times when it's been great and other times where they're just getting in each other's way a little bit. That takes time and chemistry to build.
See, Rampo was marked by 2, as it might have got off the iron that time there. Then Bouquet and a battle for it with Bomberry and company into the corner, won by Philadelphia, and they'll have it on the left-hand side, and out of Rampo as they'll wheel it around.
And these possessions, these get tiring for the defense. You have to buckle down and try to get a stop at the end of these.
Radzowitz defensively, the give and go. Bouquet again, another stop there
There to Rob Crowley, and now New York will come the opposite way. Radzowitz, a man out of the front door, back to Radzowitz, 2v1, he scores! It's a 2-goal game!
What a goal by Radzowitz. He tried that earlier in the game and ran out of room. This time, he made no mistake about wrapping it all the way around Higgins and doing a great job of keeping his feet out of the crease as he continued his momentum forward. And don't be surprised if you see Paul Day throw his flag. He kept his feet up, but did he keep them up long enough? Oh, I saw him throw it. Unfortunately, it was, for the Wings, it was behind the bench. He didn't put it on the floor.
So Cody Radzowitz gets his first goal. Congratulations to him in his rookie year in the NLL, the product of Johns Hopkins. A 2-goal game, plenty of time to go, 9:44. Baptiste and Woodall. Who wants it? Baptiste in Philadelphia. It appears they're going to win the opening draw, but a loose ball is gobbled up by Fournier. He's been all over the floor for New York this evening. And give credit to Woodall in this matchup as well. We cannot overstate that enough on the faceoffs. Going up against 1v1, Baptiste, the best faceoff man, arguably, in the NLL. On the left-hand side, Gibson in a 2-goal game. Digby over the top, Jean-Luc Jettner! It's 12-11! Riptide are only down by 1!
And Dave, they're finally running their offense in the flow, in the rhythm, and getting the looks they want. Everyone's touching the ball. Jettner, he actually shook his stick. You could see him shake his stick. He said, I want the ball, I want the ball. They got it to him maybe a half-second late, but makes the most of the opportunity and keeps that upstairs. All their goals either wrapped around Higgins or coming up high to high. They got to keep shooting over his shoulders.
Goals scored 30 seconds apart. More importantly, a 4-0 run for the New York Riptide. Gibson with 2, Radzowitz and Jettner get on the board.
It's 12-11 as the Riptide are looking for their first win in franchise history. And if you've been following New York this year, they have been a strong, stealthy second-half team. Buchanan is along the right-hand side. Had the opening goal tonight for Philadelphia. Buchanan gets the seal there by Vitarelli as they force it to the left. Defensive work there as the shot is well ride by the aforementioned Vitarelli. And New York with the opportunity to lock the game up here. Gibson towards the corner. Gets the seal from Fox to the right-hand side. Shot is deflected high. Rebound. The Wings have it. It's the captain Matisse firing left, Crowley, and it's stopped by Bouquet. And he opts for the long outlet, and room here for Gibson. 2v1 here. Gibson fakes right, goes left. Gibson top shelf. He scores! A hat trick for the #1 overall pick, Tyson Gibson. More importantly, it's deadlocked at 12.
Tyson Gibson making his mark. This is what they've been asking for from him. They say, do your thing, Tyson. He has a nice little hitch move here. Just a jab step, steps over, an absolute snipe in the top corner. Zach Higgins has been gobbling up everything down low. When they've shot high, they've found success. They need to keep getting him to drop down and shooting those overhand to the top corners. I say it like it's easy. I played a lot of years in this league. I did not score many goals, but that's what they have to do.
That's 5 in a row for the New York Riptide. The hat trick for Gibson. When they had 4 straight, it was the first ever 4-goal sequence for New York.
John Ranigan, huge hit, and he is fired up, getting the boys jacked up on the bench.
What a sequence here at the Coliseum. The fans are relishing in it. It's 12-12. Come on back after this. 12 in the fourth. Downstairs to Danny Wexelman.
Just caught up with Reggie Thorpe about Cody Razowitz. He had to go off the field after that Superman dive. He had to get some stitches in his chin, guys, but he's going to be back in a minute. Dave?
He has been all over the place in transition, Razowitz. Not just this game, Mitch, but in totality throughout the season.
Yeah, it's one of those things. He's a young player coming into the league. Sometimes you're like, man, I wish he would pull that out. But then he goes and does something like that and totally redeems himself. So sometimes it's that never say care attitude that can benefit you with a young team like this.
This has been a 5-0 run by New York, the best stretch we've seen all year. What has been the difference to you when you watch film of the previous games to this point?
They've just gotten back, well, I would say even from this first half, they've gotten back in transition to limit the opportunities for the wings, and that's actually sparked their own transition. And then Tyson Gibson is playing up to the potential, and big credit to his teammates getting him open.
How about Bouquet sliding to the left, the dunk attempt, the foot was in the crease that time. Officials say play on here for Suter and company.
It was Courier with the opportunity behind, along with Vitarelli, for that backdoor play. Now on the opposite side. To the right, a chance to take the lead for New York with 7:25 to go. Gibson with a hat trick, goes to the right. Gibson still in possession. Shetner now on that right-hand side. Makes a move around one, gets the seal, fires wide, and it goes above Lomas. Shetner can't get it. Instead, here's Wald. Wald 1v1, sprinting towards the crease, and it goes high. How about the defensive work rate and that recovery sprint by New York?
Great play by Shetner. He's been playing those weeks of defense. That helps. He's gassed right now. Or was that Gibson that got back? Either way, both guys doing a great job of getting back on defense. That's who you want shooting in that situation, though. The defensive player, Wad. You'd rather him take it than anyone else coming off the bench.
You were right. It was Shetner. It's Lomas spinning at a 360. To the left, Kelly had a seam. Backtracks it out to Gibson. Gets the seal. Gibson and Higgins to his left. Sprawls out and has it for Philadelphia.
Higgins with great positioning there. He wasn't sure where that ball was, so that's a good thing for the shooters from the Riptide. They've got him guessing. Now, he's a good goalie. He's still going to put his body in the right spots, but this might open up some more down low.
Here's Reardon, gets a pick, and opts to come out of the zone of New York defensively. Rambo thought about left, opts to go right, goes around Suter at the crease side. Bouquet doesn't get full. The foot was in the crease by the wings and Rambo, and now we'll go the opposite way with 6:13. And you're seeing some sensational stuff by Bouquet, arguably his best night, as we're in the 5th game for the New York Riptide in the expansion season. 6 minutes to go. Bouquet's been phenomenal. Let's see how the offense does. 12-12. Here's Lomas to the right, fires low, just wide. Higgins got a piece. Loose ball, Wagner has it. Opts for Joker. It's a 1v2, so Philadelphia will settle. But how about the work rate of New York defensively to get 5 guys back immediately in transition?
Yeah, that's an adjustment they clearly made at halftime. Is in the second quarter they gave up so much. In this quarter they're doing a great job of making sure to send the guy from the top early.
Oh, there's a bouncing shot. Hickey from the top. That was smooth. And just like that, the Wings regain the lead.
And it looks like we're going to get a moving pick call here, so I don't think that goal is going to count. Behind the play, there was a huge moving pick. That's what got Hickey open. You see Dan McRae get absolutely leveled by Kevin Crowley, and Crowley doesn't like that. I think McRae may have sold that a little bit, but he did a nice job. Crowley might have got him a little high, and so they're going to wipe that goal out, and it's actually going to be an advantage going the other direction.
This is a huge call.
Philadelphia number 21, attendant minor, illegal body check.
So New York will go on the power play, negate the goal. It's still 12-12.
Yeah, that's a big swing right there. You go from taking the lead in a tight game to all of a sudden now you gotta fight to be man down. It looks like they're gonna count the goal, which I can't imagine why they would do that. They're going to
5 on 4, 5 on 4, right here, let's go.
I guess they're going to say that it happened after the play.
I was going to ask you, because if the penalty takes place after, the goal would count, right? If it takes place before the sequence, you wipe it off.
Which I can understand, but because it was the man who got picked off that got hit, that seems to me that's a tough call there. Tough draw.
Well, it is officially 13-12. That's the most important thing. The Wings lead by 1. It is a power play as Crowley's in the box for New York, and Matisse has it here, shorthanded.
Heck of a play by Courier there, diving and swatting that ball perfectly across the floor. What an effort.
Wings lead by 1, 5 minutes to go. Here they are shorthanded with Rambo. Goes above Bouquet. Loose ball as Rambo's down. Shot clock goes off. Manley there, as you see, down with one of the best players to don a uniform, Matt Rambo. And that will take us to another timeout. Hopefully Rambo's okay. Good to see him getting up. We'll step aside, Wings by 1. 4:51 remaining in regulation. Wings up 13-12 over the New York Riptide. And Tyson Gibson has had a great night, and now time for the play of the game, presented by Geico. Back to the Gibson tying goal, Mitch, at 12.
Yeah, Tyson Gibson has lived up to the hype with a hard jab step. Shows why he was an NEC Player of the Year in that conference at RMU, and just using his athleticism and then using that box savvy to stick that in the top corner. This is why they spent all the chips on that #1 pick with him.
More importantly, it's a man up here for New York. Gibson with the hat trick. All those goals for Gibson, coming 2 in the third, 1 in the fourth. Here's New York on the power play, down by 1. Man up advantage here for Digby. Goes back door to the right now. Digby gets it back again. Dunk opportunity. Higgins had other plans.
And the thing with those dunks, if you know they're coming, Dave, they're pretty easy to defend. It's really it's a surprise move, and I think they knew that was coming. So while they had Higgins out of position, it's tough to get back in front. It's actually a pretty far distance to dive back in front of the cage, especially when the defender's there to provide some support.
Yeah, it was Jokum there to help out. Right behind the cage of Higgins. Buchanan with Philly up by 1, well wide. Radzowitz was there, gobbled up by Bomberry. And here comes New York down a goal. 33 seconds left of the man up.
How about Radzowitz getting some stitches, getting right back out there, as Danny told us, to a cross way, much like the hockey way. Keep more teeth with the face mask, but you still get some bumps, bruises, and cuts.
20 seconds left on the power play. Open on the right-hand side. It's deflected off of Ryan Wagner of Philadelphia. Possession stays here with Gibson in a fresh 30.
Good look there for Chetner.
10 seconds on the power play. Digby at the top, to the right. Chetner fires wide, it goes off of Gibson. 3 seconds left on the man up, the over and back. Play will continue for Patton. Oh no! Going to be a delayed penalty call, and it's going to come against the New York Riptide with 3:24 to go on Kelly.
After letting the teams play for so long, that's the call in a 1-goal game. That's a tough pill to swallow no matter what team you're on.
New York penalty, 2 minutes, delay game.
And so it wasn't the actual trip. It wasn't a trip. It was a delay of game. So because it was an over and back, he's required to give the player a little bit of space. I talked about that earlier in the game. When if you know it's an over and back, you pick that ball up and run right at the defender, you can draw that penalty, and that's exactly what the Wings did there. So smart and savvy play by a veteran player. But still tough in such a tight game here when you've let so much go.
Wings are 1 for 2 on the power play to the top. Bouquet squashes that opportunity. Loose ball ends up in the possession of New York shorthanded here. 1:35, the captain McRae, diagonal pass to the right. Good penalty kill here for New York so far at the start. Fox back out there. Gibson is at the top.
So they've got 3 righties and 1 lefty there.
Digby again fires with a one-timer.
trying to get Gibson open by putting both Fox and Digby out there, especially with only 4 players, really using those bodies to create the space.
Power play here for Philadelphia. 1 minute to go on the man up. Crowley at the top. Keep an eye on that right-hand side to Rambo. Crowley again, Ranigan defensively. Hickey's also in the middle on that pick and roll play. It goes to the left-hand side. They were looking for Vittorelli. Oh no! The bounce goes in. The unthinkable happens for the Wings off of New York, and the Wings lead by 2. How does that occur?
What a tough draw there. They're in the lanes, their sticks are up, and that's just one of those where sometimes the bounces just don't go your way. That's a prime example. Tyson Bomberry does a nice job of getting his stick in that lane, and unfortunately it just trickles through as Bouquet loses it and it's knocked down. Sometimes you're just unlucky. That's one of those cases.
They clogged the middle nicely there, and that is just an awful break off of Bomberry. Courier initiated the play.
Talking to one of Bomberry's former teammates, he talks about how good he is at knocking down passes. And they used to call it, at Syracuse, they call it forest. And like the trees, you hit the ball down with your trees, and that was the case where the forest bounced out the wrong way.
2 minutes to go. Wings up by 2. Patton will come off on a change from Paul Day's team as the Wings are looking for their second. Coming up next, Vancouver, Colorado. It's the NLL Game of the Week is underway in Denver.
Dave, with the shot clock, they're still going to get 2 or 3 looks here. So, and they've got 1 in transition right now if they push.
Turnover there, caused by Suter. Has Manley. They go to the right-hand side. The shot, it's smothered there by Higgins. Charbonneau across the center line. 1:20 to go. Need a stop if you're New York. And what a night it's been in the second ever home game for the New York Riptide.
And this is where if you're the Wings, you want to use all 30 seconds of the shot clock and then either get a shot that you can get all your players off like that, or roll it into the corner and really get the reverse transition covered.
52 seconds to go in regulation. Bouquet is coming off. It will be a 6-on-5 with an empty cage. Gibson on the left with New York down by 2. Players coming in, Thorpe and company. It's Kelly at the top. Chetner on that right-hand side. They opt to go deep into the right. There's that cross-floor pass. Looking for Chetner and Gibson. Gibson on the return. Thought about it. It's high on the back door. Again, Chetner. Higgins once more for Philly.
Excellent stick work there. Great job moving the ball, but ultimately they just can't find an open lane for that shot.
And with the open cage, it is smothered home by Steph Charbonneau with his first goal this year. And that likely will do it. It's 15-12 Wings.
And looking back, Dave, I'm just shaking my head. That Hickey goal that gave them the lead, that was the one that there was a penalty called on the goal, which I have to imagine they called it a dead ball foul, but if it's the picker who is committing the foul, it's just crazy to me how that's not negating that goal. But with that said, there's still time for them to mount a comeback in the next 2 or 3 minutes. It just doesn't add up.
Almost carried in off of Lomas. 2.9 seconds to go in regulation. Philadelphia well on their way to earning their second victory this year. They're going to 2-1, and officials will say that is it. Clock should have ran, and the Philadelphia Wings spoiled the second ever home game for the New York Riptide. They win it tonight, 15-12.
Yeah, tough draw. They hung in there. They kept it close. I said the keys to the game were keeping it close, and then the Philly Wings getting over 10. They got over 10, and ultimately that propelled them to victory, but tons of credit to the Riptide. They showed absolutely no give. They came back, they clawed back, they brought it to a 12-12 game, and just 2 bad breaks late, and that ultimately is what sealed the deal against them.
Yeah, a monstrous night between the pipes for Alex Bouquet. We have to give him praise despite this loss, and I think Mitch, this is a momentum swing and a confidence builder for the New York Riptide. Yes, they dropped to 0-5, but playing at a game like this against the Wings, who are vastly improved to year 2, there's a lot for Reggie Thorpe to take away from this one.
Yeah, having their offense get to 12 goals, that's the most they've scored this year. Their previous best was 11 against the Black Wolves, and that was they got beat pretty handily in that one. So to be in a close game, to have the taste of victory so close to their lips, that's something they have to build on. And I talked to John Rannigan about that. He's like, we haven't had that feeling in the locker room after you win. So they want to have that, and they've been really close. They came really close tonight.
15-12, the Wings are victorious on the road. NLL postgame show is coming up on the other side. Wings fans have made the trek up the Beltway, and they see their team win it by 3 over the New York Riptide. Downstairs, Danny Wexelman with Josh Currier of Philadelphia. Danny.
Josh, you've got a lot of fans in the stands tonight. The rivalry is alive here. Who's here rooting you on, and what did you think of the first game?
Well, obviously we had a huge fan base here. You could hear them over the New York fans. It was amazing. I got my buddy from school, one of my roommates, he's from Long Island. He came out and supported me, so the support was awesome, and it was something that carried us through the game tonight, I think.
It was a full 4 quarters, and the fourth seemed a little more physical than the rest. How do you maintain all of that energy when it comes down to the wire?
Yeah, we started off strong, and they're a good team, so obviously they didn't give up, and the fourth quarter was definitely tough, and I think it showed some resiliency with us that we were able to stick with it and pull the win out.
3 goals for you tonight. You guys just had 2 games coming into tonight, so how do you carry that momentum into your next one?
Playing at home in front of the best fans in the league, it's not too hard to carry momentum into that, so we rely on them, and we look forward to that game.
Josh, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Dave.
Thank you, Danny. We take a look at the updated East standings, and Georgia is idle this weekend, so the Wings getting their second victory. New York Riptide conversely fall to 0-5.
Yeah, 0-5 doesn't look great on paper, but it's a long season with 18 games, so still plenty of time to turn it around. And again, as Coach Reggie Thorpe talks about, it's a building process. They want to get that taste of victory, though. That's certainly something they're looking forward to quickly.
Once again, the final tonight, the Philadelphia Wings 15, the New York Riptide 12. Join us on Saturday, January 18th at 7:30 when the Riptide host the Georgia Swarm right here on BR Live and also on MSG2. Visit NLL.com for an all-access pass to the National Lacrosse League and get the latest news, highlight stories, and more. For producer Joel Kate, statistician Dan Severino, Mitch Belisle, Danny Wexelman, and our entire hardworking crew, this is Dave Leto. Thanks so much for watching. It's the Wings victorious by 3 over the New York Riptide. Good night.
You have been watching a special presentation of the National Lacrosse League.